All right, what's happening, good people? What's going on out there in YouTube land, also in Facebook land as well? Thank you for joining us on another dope ass episode here at No BS Allowed TV, Friday Night Live. Welcome to part two of the Unfiltered series. All right, last week the men held it down. This time it's the ladies' turn. All right, they are going to be answering all the men's burning questions. Now, I got some real live ladies here. I got some more joining the panel, and yeah, they're gonna definitely gonna keep it 100. But of course, before we get started, we got to introduce some people. Um, Shout out to my co-host, Miss Robbie in the building. Say what up.
What up, people?
All right, all right. Now y'all know who I am. King P, aka the Ice Nine, aka Pastor Offering, aka Big Game James, the reason why you are here. All
Jesus
right,
Pop
Christ.
now
pop.
with all that out the way, y'all know I got to go through my AKAs. You know what I
You
mean?
forgot pop
I
pop.
got to go through my AKAs like a
Like I said, you forgot pop pop.
well, shot, yeah, Pop Pop as well. You know what I mean? But only one person gets to actually call me Pop Pop.
Lies, lies.
you know, shout out to my granddaughter Kyla. Love you, baby. All right. Who we got in the building this evening? We have Miss TT and we have Jocelyn Truss Lewis, who's having some technical difficulties, but she's with us. She's with us.
She's so cute right now. So I don't think
right,
she know
You
how
right,
know, so
cute she look.
confused.
right. She got that she got that bewildered face, like
Like,
like your
what?
moms be having or whatever. Like she trying to figure
Like,
something out. Like, how this work? Boy,
Right.
come over here and do this.
She get ready to call everybody. Somebody
right,
fix
right.
this
she
for
look like
me.
she ready to punch the screen.
Somebody.
How this feeling
Well,
work?
for those of you who are wondering what this
Uh,
channel is all about, this channel is about life, love, and all dope things in between, with a major focus on manhood. However, we also give a lot of love to the ladies. Now we got some other ladies joining the panel. Let me go ahead and bring them on in. We also give a lot of love to the
It's telling me to try to restart it. Give me a second. Let me restart my phone. Maybe
hello,
that'll
ladies. Hello, hello.
try it
We
again.
have we have Miss Lovely
Give me a
Cherry in the building, aka Cat Eyes, um,
hey,
and
hey,
Hey.
Miss J Na,
Jay.
Troublemaker Supreme.
Don't do that.
Well, ladies, hey, last week the men really got it in as far as answering the questions that were thrown at them. We had a real hot show, and I know you ladies aren't going to let those men outdo y'all. So, all right, Miss Robbie is going to start with the questions.
Oh, okay. First question up. Guys want to know: is it really that hard to keep your pH balanced?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, me being in the medical field, I will answer that question.
Hmm.
I didn't hear the
Uh,
question.
Oh, you didn't hear the question? You want to repeat it?
Mm-mm.
Can you
Please,
hear me
if you
now?
can.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
The first question was: is it really that hard to keep your pH balanced?
My thing is like, hey yo, what? Why are you? Why? Who the hell is you? You know what? Whoever asked that shit, hey yo, you got some explaining to do
yeah,
because
because it sounds like his lady is struggling.
right, because who the hell is you laying down with? I mean, damn. I mean, you gotta
Uh,
be asking these questions. But all right, rock with it.
It just depends on the woman. Everybody is different. Some women are
Hmm.
a lot more sensitive than others. I would
Hmm.
like to debunk the myth of, oh, your pH is off, your man is cheating. A lot of times that's not the case. Sometimes natural pH between a man and a woman just clash, and it just can be all bad. It could be stress, it could be how you eat, it could be how you live in. It doesn't have to necessarily be this thing where everybody believes that your pH is off, like it's a STD or a STI or something. Sometimes the vagina just goes out of whack, and that's the result of it. It doesn't have to be
Sometimes his
anything.
cum throws you out of whack too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. Now, how you take care of yourself and
Mhm.
maintain your pH balance is the key.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
self-cleansing, but sometimes she needs a little bit of assistance. You know what I mean? You may not be able to use some bath and body soaps or everything with a scent. You may have to watch what kind of laundry detergent you're using because it is
Mhm.
a very sensitive area. So,
Mhm.
my advice would be to the guy that asked this question, get your girl some probiotics, number one, and get her some boric acid suppositories and tell her to drink a lot of water.
And
Mhm.
cotton panties, ladies.
Or no panties, because I don't wear
No panties. I love it. But if you must wear
any.
panties, cotton
Yes,
panties.
cotton panties if you gotta wear
Yes, shout out to the ladies that don't rock any panties, and who have a great pH balance.
I'm so done with you.
Yeah, I mean, they got to go together because you can't be, just letting that
It's
flow
not
and
attractive. We're going back to your
mm-mm,
word of Friday, last
yeah,
Friday. It's not
yeah,
attractive.
yeah. That's not what's up. Not what's up. Okay, next question.
Isn't
Wait a
that
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did any of you other ladies want to tackle that? Oh, y'all good.
No, she pretty much covered it.
Oh, all right.
it?
All right.
I mean, it has so many different things out there that can help with your pH balance too. So it's like just
them.
find what works for you.
Also, those scented soap ladies, stop. Like, seriously, stop using those scented soaps. They do nothing for you.
No, they make the outside smell good and mess up the inside.
And absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
All
She
right.
Mhm.
pretty much
All
covered
right.
it.
All right. So what else we got? What else we got, Robbie?
Not a stupid question. Um, it says, why get surgery when the gym is only $22 a month?
I'm still fat, so I can't answer
I'm fat too. That's all I'm gonna say.
that.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I, I don't have an answer for that. I mean, I personally wouldn't subscribe to elective surgery just for the health risk. But I also believe that if you can afford it and you want to do it, then
Do
do it.
you?
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion too. Do you? If that's what you want to do for you, do it.
I mean, I approach that argument the same way where someone is like, well, why do supplements when you can grow your own vegetables? Yeah, I can grow my own vegetables and dry them out and make them into supplements, but I can afford to
Go to the
do
store and
that.
get some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your personal preference. Like, I don't think it's a. I think it's a personal preference. I don't think it so much has something to do with you don't like yourself or you hate yourself. I think it's just I can afford to do it. I want to look a certain way. I want to feel a certain way, so I'm going to do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Me, here's my thing. I I mean, I'm not a woman, so I can't tell a woman what to do with her body or anything like that. I just wish that I just wish that women would make more educated decisions. Just don't go hopping down to to the Dominican Republic or wherever the hell and just going down there because your homegirl got the $225 mommy makeover.
Mm-hmm.
you know, Come on now. I mean, we losing too many sisters because they are not educating themselves. I
Yeah, they
mean,
doing all these back ended naughty deals and all kind of stupid shit.
yeah. I mean, it's wild. I mean, as a man, it's kind of unfortunate that I now live in an age where I used to be able to look at a woman and be like, "Yo, that's all natural. That's great." Now I'm like, "Is it real or is it Maybelline? What the hell?" I mean, but hey, that's where we are. That's what it is. All right. But I do want to say one damn thing to the fellas though. See, this is kind of partially y'all fault, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly
I didn't
why it's
want to
y'all
say
fault.
nothing, but go ahead.
It is your fault. It is your fault. You want to know why? Because y'all amp up all these horse face broads that go and get that go and get these BBLs, and y'all, it'll be different if it was like the pretty chicks that was going. You know what I mean? Y'all amp up. No, y'all bypass them. Y'all gotta go get the strong face broads. As long as you got a strong face and a big booty, man, y'all in there. You know what I mean? This is partially your responsibility, and I don't give a damn who don't like me saying it because it is the truth.
Oh, I'm gonna add in too. When you get your ass done, make sure they do your thighs too, so it can be proportioned and look right.
Because these BBLs killing y'all. Have y'all heard that song yet?
Them BBLs is killing y'all. Listen, my
Y'all hear
thing
me
is
now?
this. I do believe that men play a partial role in this whole saga with this thing because it's all about an image. If you see a man that's constantly liking a particular type of female, in your mind you say, well, maybe I should do that.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of them is getting from. But then you have some women that like to say, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for me. Are you?
I mean, well, of course, we know that they're not doing it for them. I mean, we know that. I mean, but again, you
I've
know,
contemplated it. Now, I mean, I work out, I do, but this little pudge at the bottom, it ain't moving,
we
and
don't
I
care nothing
ain't
about
just
the
started
pudge.
working out.
We don't
But
we don't
no, but
care
I've
nothing about the
considered it.
pudge.
But it's not about you. It's about how I want to look, how I want to appear in certain clothing, about how I want to be healthy. Um, so I will say, I go to the gym. I'm not a gym rat, but I am very active, and I've done research to see, do I want to do this, or do I want to keep going and trying the new latest fitness craze? So I mean, I don't. Sometimes it's just you just want to look, you just want to rock your clothing a little better. In my case, I just want to be just. I want the total package. I got the arms, I got the upper body. I just want this little pudge gone.
I already know who that is.
And
I already knew who
I
that
agree with
was.
that because there's some things. I've given birth 4 times. I've been pregnant 6 times. My gut is not the same. My elasticity and my
It's
abdomen will
gone.
never ever be the same. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, I completely get it. But some of these women, to me, you're 160 pounds and you got a little pooch. Baby, we used to call that the video vixen back in the day. You had the body that everybody wanted. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on now. That little pooch was, if you didn't have the pooch in your video, you weren't smacking back in the 90s. You had to have that little bit of something. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is about being self aware. I work in a surgical ICU, so, and Google is free. Y'all cannot tell me that these women don't know the risks going into the surgery. They just don't believe it's going to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's it.
My thing is that like like
I
I
agree.
like you spend all that money to fix yourself up, but then you end up dealing with somebody that you end up getting with a cat. You spend like 20 some dollars getting, 20 some $1,000 getting your body done. Then only to go and grab you some dusty ass dude. Make that make sense, please. Somebody here, make that make sense.
Oh, that's so bad.
I got nothing.
I don't sub-
Got
I
nothing.
don't subscribe to the Dusty, so I don't
Hey,
know.
to each their own.
My
Okay.
man Dante
No
wants to know where
subscribe.
the
Yeah.
EBT at.
Mhm.
In his pocket.
I don't know. When you find out, let me know. Shoot.
Right, because I'm trying
I
to
want
buy
to
some
know that
stamps.
too.
Don't play with
Look, okay.
Yeah, let me get that on the low low.
me. Right. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah, hey, yo, I'm trying to get some EBT too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you know, hey, my cat likes snacks and everything. You know what
God,
I'm
that's like,
saying?
Hey, they got EBT for pets. You stand there. Go ahead.
Oh, really? See, I
Yeah.
need to check that out.
right?
Yeah. They
I
do.
definitely need to check that out. EBT for pets.
Yeah, they
They
Wait,
do.
got
really?
EB.
They do.
Hold up
That's
now.
wild.
They do.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
When I found that out, I was like, "That's some
I
crazy
wouldn't
shit.
be surprised.
That's
you,
crazy."
you,
Everybody
They
just
give
hit the stroll. Put Nina Simone on there. Hold on now. Let me
now
get my notepad.
you know your fur baby ain't doing nothing like that.
Hey, she gonna be on only Paul. Keep it up. She gotta earn her keep. I'm sorry, she gotta earn her keep now.
Oh, so
Don't cost too
oh
much.
wow, selling Paul picks. All right.
Yep, she sure will. Gotta do something. Start them young.
That's crazy.
I tried to talk to my cat about getting the job. He just fell asleep. He ain't trying to hear none of
What
that.
you
Oh
mean? How
no.
are you there?
His
Nah,
job is running the household.
Well,
He
yeah,
exactly,
already knows.
he's the boss.
exactly. That's about it.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
All
man.
right. Um,
The next question is, why do
Not
women
even.
wear clothes that you can see through?
why? What?
Why do
What?
women wear clothes that you can see all of
Because it's
them?
hot.
Yeah, for real.
So men can see it. Clearly, I guess.
It's hot.
Oh my goodness.
Time. It's not even for y'all. First of all,
A
Wear
lot of times it
clothes.
ain't. It
If
ain't.
trends
it's hot.
in clothes.
It ain't taking away nothing. Right. This is close.
It's comfortable.
It's
Not like
clothes.
because y'all act
That's
like we
it.
just walk around every day in this out. Usually on vacation. Usually there's an occasion to wear
Hmm.
that dress. But shut up and enjoy the view.
Yes, indeed.
Like, see,
Well, I will play devil's
sorry.
advocate here
Oh
for a hot
God.
second. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hey, if it's a million degrees outside, I don't expect you to come outside in a damn muumuu and a leather trench
Hmm.
coat. I don't expect that. However, we all do have to acknowledge that we are in ratchet culture is has taken over. So like there are some, especially where I live here in Atlanta, the ratchetness is just like on a thousand. Yeah, I mean, you go in the grocery store and it's like a chicken walking down the aisle, and she got on like a bikini coverall on sheer, and there's nothing under it. You can see everything. I mean, I'm talking about like she's naked, but she just got that on. I mean, I've seen this, so I mean, I ain't
Hold
talking about
up.
like I'm not talking about like she got on a bikini under it. I'm talking about like she just got the joint, and then like you can see
Hmm.
everything. Yeah, I
Are you
mean,
in Walmart when you see that? This is the old
how did you
culture
know?
in itself. I'm
How
just
did you
saying.
know? How did you
I've
know?
seen
Yes.
some things.
Ask that. Listen, I was about to say, what Walmart was you at?
Yeah. See, look. What Walmart would you at?
Hey,
Oh,
this is New Orleans, baby.
Philadelphia. We seen it in
You see
Philly.
that all the time.
See, yeah, and so it's a lot of the thought process is that okay, well, yo, you're going to somehow get rewarded for being as ratchet and wild as you can be, and like I don't understand it. I'm not trying to understand it. However, I mean, as far as like what a woman wears or whatever, hell, you can be butt ass naked. That doesn't give me the right to disrespect you or anything of that nature. Hell, I've seen enough naked bodies in my day. You just happen to be the latest one. All right, cool. I either like what I see or you keep it moving. But but that doesn't give me the right to try to do anything to
You,
you or whatever. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so cats who think that way, y'all need to be put somewhere.
Hmm.
They still got something to say every time.
here's the thing. Even on the post, you can post. You can have a post cool, maybe still classy. He's out getting all like y'all perpetuate the shit that y'all claim. What
Hmm.
you're saying because of what she's wearing, but at the same time, own your part of the problem. Because
That's
if
true.
you don't like that, but don't like it when it ain't convenient for you, like on now.
Jay,
If it's gonna be a
hold on,
problem, let it be a problem.
Jay,
That
Don't-
Jay, you're like going in and out.
I'm listening.
you're
No, I hear you.
no. I mean,
Yeah,
when
we
you're
talk.
talking,
You talk.
when you talk, you're going in and out. So I don't know what you have headphones in. You got earpods or something in. Okay.
Now
She
we
must have
froze.
froze up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does everybody got that Teddy Riley internet?
Excuse me.
Oh,
I got Xfinity and a Verizon wireless router.
mm-mm.
Listen, I'ma just be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah, I'm in the boonies. About to say, look like I got a strong signal though.
No,
My
I
signal
mean, I
all
wanted her
right.
to continue what she was saying. However, I just, she was
She was
going in and
going in
out.
and out.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah, she was
you will
going in
hear
and
bit.
out. So, but please repeat what you said.
She's still kind of freezing up though.
Okay.
Can't hear her at all.
Okay. Well, what?
Can't hear
No,
you.
we can't hear you.
Can't hear
Mm-mm.
you. I think all your big, beautiful hair is in the way.
That she's gonna get
That's what it
headphones.
is. It's
Got
all
the
the big,
headphones,
beautiful hair.
baby.
See, I don't know about anybody else out there, but I mean that right there is attractive to me. You know, what I mean, all that,
Absolutely.
all that big hair and everything. Oh yeah,
Mm.
that's A1 right there.
Looks like everything big.
So what?
Huh? Nothing.
Everything big? I mean, well, hey, yo, if it's on big girls, what? It's all good.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I got big
Mm-mm.
hands.
I know. I know. Mhm.
Ain't nobody fronting on the big women. We not doing that. Yeah, I mean, cats that that do all that. I mean, that's a lot of as the kids now say, cap.
I
Not
agree.
the
Right.
kid.
Because they so loud, they be so sneaky trying to smash a big girl. So I don't even
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
I don't know why
Well,
this day
well,
and age
here's
they're
the
the
here's one
same
thing that you
they
gotta.
are.
Here's one thing, ladies, that you do have to keep in mind. Uh, who a man smashes isn't as
A
important.
chicken.
Exactly, isn't as important as to who he will actually be with. Because there's a lot of cats out here that don't give a damn where they put their soul pole. It's whatever. You know what I mean?
Softball.
Yeah, they don't give a damn.
You
That's
got
a
too many names for shit. P. I can't.
I see.
Hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you now.
She's still freezing.
Right, you're still freezing though. You still freezing.
Can't hear her. No.
I swear
Okay.
technology is trash.
Uh,
And I didn't want her to be great.
I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling. I mean, she'll
Mhm.
figure it out. It's all good. Let me see. Who was that said, "Hey, everybody"? By the way, we
Ball
do
out of
have
control.
who?
Ball out of control.
Oh, what up? What up? All out of control. By the way, we do happen to if you're in the Facebook group, which you should be in the Facebook group. I'm talking to the to those of us who are joining us on the YouTube channel. Which, by the way, you should be subscribed to the YouTube channel. Because if you're not, I hope that your breath just keeps stinking, for forever, and your edges fall out.
Oh,
You know,
damn.
wow.
That's a
Well,
lot of hate.
I mean, I work
oh,
hard
we
at
getting
this. Yeah, I
spicy
mean, I do. I work
tonight.
hard at this. Yeah, I mean, I do. I work hard at this. You know, I need to.
That's
Oh, she
just
on her
me.
twice.
Emma, I'm trying to
Hey.
disconnect the other one.
It's all good. We see
It's
you.
cool. We
We,
can
we
see you
see
and
you. We
hear
hear
you,
you.
so it's all
It's
good.
all good.
Okay.
But
I was trying to disconnect the other one. I don't know why it won't. It was on my tablet, but it is storming down here, so I don't know if that has anything to do
Mm.
with
Yeah,
it.
That's
oh,
probably.
why.
Mhm.
okay.
It's storming now. You know, you is not supposed to be on the electronics while it's storming
No.
and raining.
You know,
Yeah, it's raining by me too.
Tell
So
her, turn them damn lights off.
You over
Right.
here burning up to death and shit.
yeah, it's
All
raining
right.
by me too. So
Well, I wanted to I wanted to do a birthday shout out to the two birthdays that we have in the group. That's why I went on my little rant there. Um, Lulu DeSantos, happy birthday, mama, and April China Tight Graves, happy born day.
happy birthday, ladies.
Yes,
Happy
yes,
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
birthday. Happy
lady.
yeah,
birthday.
yeah. You don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, hopefully you got bail money.
I'm gonna say, well,
Hopefully you got bail money. That's all I can say. But much love and and many, many more. All right, Robbie, let's keep it rolling. What's the next question?
Um, do ladies have a problem with holding themselves accountable?
absolutely
Nope.
not.
Nope. Not at all.
Some,
A
Some,
lot of them do have a problem with
They
accountability.
do.
You're right.
They
I
do.
do, but some do.
I don't personally, but a lot of women that I encounter, um, it's very unfortunate that they just won't own up to their shit. It
mhm,
was always somebody else's fault. They
Hmm.
made me do it. It was this. I did it because of this trauma, this, that, and the third. And it's like,
mhm,
go to a therapist.
Agree.
If your trauma is making you make all these irrational decisions that you cannot find in yourself to take accountability for, please go to therapy. I tell people all the time, can't nobody tell you nothing about me but me, and I own my shit flat out.
yes.
Period.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sorry for all the movement. I'm trying to get this situated.
It's all good.
Um,
It's all good.
I agree. I don't think it's just ladies. I think it's people in
It's
general who have
people.
issues with accountability, or you hear things and you don't like it and you just can't digest it, or digest the concept that you are not this perfect person. I don't think it's just ladies. I think it's people.
right.
Yeah,
It
because
triggers
the other
people.
part of the
They
question
hear
was
the truth.
asking if you see it as hip, damn it, the word.
Hypocrisy.
There we go.
Oh,
It didn't want to come on my mic.
We hear you.
Yeah, do you see it as that when you want to hold a man to be accountable, but you're not being accountable yourself? Do you see
It
that?
it really it is hypocrisy.
It
mhm,
is.
It
Definitely
is.
is.
I agree.
I don't disagree with that statement, but like I said, a lot of times we don't want to hear the things that we need to hear. So
Right.
we'll deflect it instead of being accountable or instead of sitting here and saying, you know what, I hear what you're saying and I could possibly see that. We'll have that conversation aside like they right, but I ain't gonna never let them know they right. Like,
Mhm.
So petty.
you know,
Right.
like we need to get past that. One thing I always say is we need to communicate. And when I say that, I don't just mean with others, but we need to communicate with ourselves and have a real ass honest conversation with ourselves.
Hmm.
So, like I said, I don't think it's just women. I think it's people in general that has that problem. So,
I agree.
I agree
Sometimes it's
wholeheartedly.
the delivery of the message and not
yeah,
necessarily the message, though.
that's
Right.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
That was the
Well,
whole purpose of my post the other day. I'm like, people don't understand. Like, if you acknowledge and you know yourself that I got things that I need to work on with me in
Hmm.
order for me to be a better person to somebody else or for somebody else, and people don't accept that. Like, that's acknowledging that I need to take a step back.
Hmm.
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 So maybe I wasn't doing something in my relationship or whatever, just even personally with myself that I wasn't doing, and I need to step back and address it. So everybody, it doesn't always have to be in a relationship, but just like things ain't going right in your life that you need to step back and take accountability of things you weren't handling the right way.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
true.
Mm.
And I've had a problem with that. I can admit, I think in the past I didn't take accountability when I thought I was. I'm just like, I was letting life happen to me. And it's
Yeah.
just like I had to start doing some introspection and thinking, okay, well, this happened to me mainly because I wasn't taking accountability for my actions, my role in that. So I
Hmm.
think that really does help. Like you say, in journaling, at first I was like, oh man, that's for kids. I don't journaling, I ain't doing all that stuff. But yeah, it really has helped though.
yeah.
I can
Yeah,
stand down and
journaling.
take
I've
it
been
in.
journaling since I was 7 years old.
Wow.
I
I
just
started
started
doing
that.
it too. I
I'm
started it when my
43.
my first child died. I started journaling.
Oh goodness, I'm
Mm.
so
And
sorry.
ever since then, I
Sorry
do
for
it. I
your
mean,
loss,
it's just
honey.
Yeah, that's
thank
definitely
you. It's just
something.
I mean, you obviously the words change of what you're writing about and what you're
Right.
journaling about,
It's
but
therapeutic.
it's the fact that you're
Yeah.
putting it out there.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Hmm.
therapeutic.
Hmm.
It helps to actually see it in writing too, and then you don't have to worry about somebody going to tell your business. Because you go and
Right.
tell this information. Yeah,
Right.
I got friends like that. They putting it all. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
Mouth Almighty, y'all
Yeah.
telling everybody. But yeah, I had
Yeah.
to learn.
Yeah, writing out always been my way of letting things out. That's my
Right,
vessel.
Mm.
exactly. See, that's why we twins, though. You already know.
Exactly.
Well, I think here's what, well, not what I think. A lot of times people get caught up in what they feel and
Hmm.
they ignore that facts, that feelings are not facts.
True.
And no matter how how much you would like to think that the world operates on the fulcrum of your emotions, it doesn't work that way. And so
Mm.
you have to keep that in mind. I mean, it's kind of like getting into a boxing ring and telling your opponent, well, if you hit me, just don't make it hurt. Nah, that don't work. That doesn't work.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
it takes a lot to be an adult and just stand up and say, hey, you know what? Look, I'm not perfect. I may have screwed up here. I may have done this, may have done that, what have you. But hey, I'm trying to move beyond this. Let's have a conversation. Or if, hey, if I've hurt you too badly, you don't want to have a conversation, I understand, but I just want you to know that I apologize.
Mm.
Right.
It takes a lot for especially if you're a very prideful and egotistical individual.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's true.
Yes, I know. Me. Yes. Yes,
Uh
me.
oh.
Yes. I,
Therapy.
Going out.
Because me and him has been
I was
there.
getting ready to
Well,
say
please, listen, it
yes,
helps.
I'm
Been there, so we
Oh,
know.
bro, you get caught out on your own show.
It
yeah, I
helps.
mean,
Yeah, me
I
and him has
know.
been there. We've been in that situation where, like, yeah, I was not talking to him. I was like, fuck him, no. And he
Right,
came as a man and he apologized. So we
right.
good. He knew he had to.
yeah, hey, I'm only perfect 85% of the time.
Life but a fail.
85.
85%. I mean,
Glad y'all worked it out, though.
yeah, I mean, I have it down
Oh,
to a science.
absolutely.
85% of the time, I'm perfect. You know what I mean?
Lord
So,
have mercy, Jesus.
I mean, that's what it is.
Take another
All right.
sip on that one. Hold on.
Right. Where's my ginger ale? I should have ordered my wine. Yeah.
Hold my tongue. Let me
Hey,
stop.
drink it. Hey, drink your drink. It's what it is. I mean, I have my King PT here. You know, I'm
What's in that
eventually going
cup?
to tell y'all what's in King PT, but there's
I
no
was about to say,
alcohol in
what?
here.
Who?
I was gonna say, what's in the
The
cup?
new?
There's no alcohol in
Say,
here. I don't drink.
Well, there ain't no point in me knowing that if ain't no alcohol in it then.
Actually, you may want to know.
I'm
You may
good.
want to know. It's
drinking
dope.
King
I mean,
I'm
it
PT.
trying
might
to
help
tell
with
you.
our pH balances. So what's in the cup?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, that should just be some water then.
Oh, she got her glass.
Okay.
I know I'm
See?
about to say,
See?
I drink my water and I mind my business.
Mm,
Listen,
mm,
exactly. There you go.
I
mm.
got edges.
well, what is in King PT is of course iced tea with lemon and actual pineapples.
Oh,
Mm, okay.
That looks
See,
Yeah.
kind of good. Hold up.
look, yeah, I'm gonna try that out.
That
Yeah, I
looks
want my
all
money.
right.
Mine gonna have a splash of vodka in it. Let's
Hey,
go.
well,
And mine
whatever, but
typically
man.
left something.
hey, I want my money. That's all I'm saying.
I
Well,
I'll
yo,
typically
let you know
don't.
how it tastes first. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
it's gonna be dope. I'm trying to tell y'all. All right, Robbie, let's keep it moving. What's the next question?
Why say nothing is wrong when something is truly wrong? Why not just communicate what's wrong?
ooh,
Sometimes it's a timing. Like
yeah.
sometimes it's just not a good time to talk about it. Like
Right.
you could be like, "Let me talk to you about it later" or something.
Listen,
Yeah, I think you
Mhm.
need to just say that. I've had to learn that. To
I
just
have
You
say,
have
look, I
Yeah,
can't talk right
sometimes
now.
I
Let me
can't.
digest
Yeah,
this and I'll come back to you. Because I used to
yeah.
just say nothing too.
that's
And then
my
when I was
favorite
doing it,
thing
I was
right
over there
there.
getting more and
see
more
my
mad. I'm
problem.
like, look, don't look at me.
Let me
You
process
better throw these
this
balls.
and I'll get back to you.
So
Right,
when I was married, I was the shutdown queen. My
right.
ex-husband was the I mean, he would talk so much to the point where it was like, okay, I don't have anything to say at this point because you
Mm-hmm.
didn't talk enough for the both of us.
Mm.
But
What
I
you already
had
do, man? You might have been married to the same man.
It used to be mentally
You're a
exhausting.
Libra. Let me stop.
I'm like, dude,
What?
but I had to learn to say, give me some time. Let me
Mhm.
get my thoughts together. Let me come down a bit. And then
Mhm.
we could come back and address everything that you've told me in this moment. I
Okay.
had to learn that. Whereas my ex husband was a very emotional male and I was a non emotional female. So
Okay.
I would just be looking at him like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like,
Right.
you bringing up stuff from 1999. Like, what is we talking about? Like, and don't ever marry your same sign. Don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Mhm.
Um, but it was just, it's about the strategy of it all. A lot of
Mhm.
us, it takes time for us to learn the strategy of how to communicate effectively in that moment. So you have to shut down, say why you're shutting down, communicate why you're shutting down, and
Mhm.
then move forward. That's the biggest thing that we have to learn.
Understanding each other's communication styles.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Because he would be, well, just talk to, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk. I don't want to talk to you right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just let me get past this part, and then I will come back and talk to you. You know what
Right.
I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
I
just
don't.
about the technique.
I don't know. I mean, you don't want to talk to me? That's cool. Great.
Oh,
That's how I am.
that's good.
You want to talk to me? All right.
See,
Oh.
it be that nonchalant stuff. It
I
just
want to talk.
I want to talk.
Right.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. I've always been a person that'll just shut down, and I'll just be like,
Mhm.
forget it. But as I've gotten older,
Mhm.
um, it's just gotten to a point where it's like, okay, I don't want to do the arguing. I don't want to do none of that. I just
Mhm.
want us to be able to talk about it. If we both need to walk away for a couple hours or whatever, just to calm down, so that we can be able to address the issue with clear heads, then
Hmm.
okay. But that nonchalant business, that'll get you like, I'm gone. I can't do it.
Mhm.
That's like a trigger with somebody just constantly, and they just sitting there like tuning out a situation that's gonna eventually escalate. It's like, why can't y'all just talk
Hmm.
about it?
I mean, we could talk
I
about it.
agree.
We could talk about it. However, I don't do hysterics. I don't do histrionics.
Not
We need to,
histrionics.
like tone all that down. Get out of here with that. Let's have an adult conversation.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
you come in and first of all,
No.
no, we not gonna do that.
Right.
No,
We have to be better listeners on
Yeah,
both
we ain't doing
ends.
that.
Yeah, on both
Mhm.
ends.
exactly, because my pet peeve is, okay, I tell you something, and then you just act as if I didn't say anything, but then you'll come right back and be talking and trying to talk to me about the same thing that I just told you. Now,
Mhm.
either you weren't listening or you don't give a damn. Which one?
True.
Right.
Mm.
We kind of touched on this next question. Why do most conversations turn into a battle? We kind of just
Next.
touched on that.
Yeah.
Because we're actively listening to respond instead of actively listening to learn.
To learn. Mm.
Amen.
Yeah, for me, you start yelling, I automatically turn off. I don't hear nothing you say.
Right.
Yeah.
I automatically shut down.
See,
That's it.
I can't do the yelling and the loud talking because I don't look good in an orange jumpsuit.
I know that's
So
right.
I don't because you know what? I wasn't raised in that type of atmosphere. My mother wasn't a yeller. My stepfather wasn't a yeller. My mother was, you know how we was raised. She looked at you
Mhm.
and that was it. My mother was not,
Mhm.
I grew up with kids whose mother was, sit the fuck down and blah, 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 blah. Like, I grew up with kids with moms like that. I was very fortunate not to have one, and I'm not a yeller either. So it's just
Mhm.
don't yell at me. If you get to the point where you feel like you're going to get loud, I would prefer for you to just walk away from me
Right.
because now I feel like I'm gonna have to go toe to toe with you because you disrespected me. You know what I mean? And my toe to
Mhm.
toe is not me physically. going toe to toe with you. My toe to toe is get on the phone and calling my brother, my uncles. Because
Oh man, she called
I'm
it
not.
five.
Because this is my thing. I'm not gonna put my hands on no man.
Right,
Nope.
exactly.
I ain't gonna do it. I will
That's
be an
true.
accomplice to the crime,
She said,
but
I'm the
but I'm not
alpha.
ever gonna put my hands on. I'm not gonna put my hands on a man. I'm just not. I don't know where a lot of women get that from.
Yeah.
I'm not
right,
doing it because my mother told us you put your hands on a man, you get what you get. Flat out.
exactly.
Period.
Yep, I was
All
raised
these
like that too.
he's a man, he shouldn't. So he's supposed to let you beat on him? Like, come
Mm-mm.
on, y'all. And I have 3 sons and a daughter, and I tell all 3 of my sons, walk away, safely
Mm-mm.
restrained, and if she keep coming for you, knock her head between the motherfucking refrigerator and the stove. Cause somebody gonna
Agree.
learn today.
I
Yeah,
agree.
that's true.
I tell that to my nephews too. Like,
All the time. People get so mad. I'm not gonna let you physically assault my child. I'm just
Right.
not. Then he has every right to protect himself.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Pick up the phone, make a phone call.
Do
stop,
something.
Mm.
I'll
stop,
remove her for you.
Mm,
Yeah,
stop.
I
like
mean,
they say,
and
just because you're a
literally
woman don't mean you can't go to
that's
jail
the
for assault.
that's the worst case scenario. You know, you never
Right,
to the worst case scenario. But if
right.
she don't let you walk away and she keep approaching you and blah, 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 and she put her hands on you, like, come
Mm.
on.
Ooh,
I,
no.
I know some women that try to dog these dudes out like they are men.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can't
yeah,
do it.
because
That's one thing.
it is a contingent contingency of women who feel like, okay, they want to be, and I hate this term, and y'all probably about to turn y'all nose up at it or whatever, but
Oh.
they feel like they're alpha females,
Mm.
which which in the animal kingdom there is no such
There's no
thing.
such thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they will purposely go and get with these guys that they feel that they know, he's not making, he's not making the money that you're making. He doesn't
Mm.
have his thing together, all that, and for them it's an ego boost. And they basically bitch these dudes. And and these dudes allow themselves to be bitched because they don't have any standards. They don't have any wherewithal. There's nobody in their lives saying, "Hey, man, you need to come up off that. You need to get yourself better. You need to,
The fuck?
A, B, and C, and all that." And so they're just stuck. Dusty begets Dusty. It doesn't matter if she's, doesn't matter if she's a corporate chick and he's just an average Dusty dude. Dusty, Dusty and Dusty go together.
I need you to
It's
put
just
that
what
on
it
a
is.
t-shirt, Phil.
I mean, I've seen it all the time. I mean, I've seen it all the time. She make her little 80,000 a year, and she thinks she really doing it. And you know what I mean. And
Mhm.
he may work in a store, or he may work at UPS or something or whatever. But she just basically bitching him. And
Mhm.
he grew up with, he grew up all around females. So there's not a whole lot of masculinity in him. He's just basically just going for
I mean,
it. And
it's two
come on.
sides of that coin, and I'm going to use myself and my best friend as an example. And if she probably fight me. I'm the only girl of 3 boys. My
Mm-hmm.
best friend is the only girl of 5 boys.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a protected household. She didn't.
Mm-hmm.
All she knows is how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she knows. So
Mm-hmm.
anytime something is just out of whack, something's not going right, something with it, all she knows is how to fight. And it's
Mhm.
not her trying to be an alpha female, not her trying to demean or belittle.
Her
That's all
upbringing.
she knows. And
Mhm.
so me being her friend, what I constantly tell her is you got to find a better way to deal with how you deal with shit.
Right.
Everything can't be squaring up. You know what I'm saying? And it's again, it's not. She's sweet as fucking pie, but she's known struggle and fight all her life. So how do you just because you grow up in age don't mean that you grew up as that child that have always had to fight. Doesn't mean that you grew up as a woman who's been through a divorce and you've had to fight. Like sometimes it's not so much as I think I'm an alpha female. Sometimes that's all you know, and what you
Yeah.
know is what you know.
Well, I
Self
mean,
Mhm.
work. Self work though makes
yeah.
those
I'm trying to get her
changes.
to learn that, and like I said, so it's not always I think I'm gonna find a dude and make him into a bitch. That's she's fought all her life. She's been through hell, and that's all she knows. So whenever she gets back into a corner, she's gonna square up. If a guy disrespect her, I'm like, girl, walk away. That fool ain't worth that energy. Nah, I'm trying to get her
Let
to
me hit him
get
with this
me to a
car real
point,
quick.
but
Oh, hey,
Oh, man.
we did have a brother on the show a couple of weeks ago. He said that
That
he
was
was
last
trying.
week.
No, it
Oh,
wasn't last week. It was the week before.
It was last week.
No, it was the week before because we were talking about our worst dating experiences. And
oh,
remember, he said that the chick wouldn't leave him alone. She tried to hit him with the car.
She did hit him with the car.
Oh, she did hit him with the
oh,
car.
Bloop.
Yeah.
I'm not tearing my
Real
car
quick.
up with no man. I'm sorry.
Then she
right.
then
Good
she
and
little
it worked.
bump.
I mean, you shouldn't be tearing
Mm-mm.
your car. You shouldn't be tearing your whip up for anybody. I mean, unless
Mm-mm.
it's
Listen,
I'm like, you
necessary.
messing my
hey, in
child,
my
and I'm taking
previous
you out.
job, we had to tour the jail. I ain't trying to go there. Shit.
Just a little
The
bit of
women are a lot worse
gas.
than the men. Ain't no way.
I
Mm-mm.
mean, I
They
just think
ain't
that
gonna
people
be
just
there.
need to, people need to, to learn conflict resolution.
Yeah,
Period.
I agree.
They need to learn it.
And to
And
gain control over their emotions. There's so many people are just emotionally driven
Yeah,
that
yes,
she
it's
is.
so scary. It's becomes scary.
Yeah,
Logic just goes out of the window when you are just so filled with emotion. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And it's just
Yeah, that's true.
it's more common now. We grew up seeing a lot of manly men. You know what I mean? So
uh-huh.
this new age where I don't mind men tapping into their healthy emotions. Let me put it to you like that.
hmm
But just men, I'm not gonna say men, people in general allowing their emotions to make some of the worst decisions of their lives. I seen a video of a girl, she tore her truck up trying to run. I mean, she ran into the house, she ran into the fire hydrant, she ran into cars. I'm like, you
Out of
finna go to
control.
jail. You out of control. You are enraged, out of control. For what? Over another human being? Like,
sometimes it's not even that other person. Like I said, in the case of my friend, I'd be like, girl, you gotta. It might have nothing to do with the person that she's taking that anger out on, but it
Mm-hmm.
has everything to do with that internal struggle that she's dealing with. So when I'm talking to her, I'm like, listen, take a step back and see why are you really this pissed? Why are you giving this much energy to such a small situation?
hmm
right.
I used to be like your friends. I understand. Every little thing will set you off. And like you said, it might not even be that specific person, but they're gonna get the brunt of it.
They gonna get it.
At that moment. So I had to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Not
it's
everybody
fine to live your life
she had
like
better
that.
get a handle on that because not
Right.
everybody's playing like that. Not everybody
She's
That's true.
rocks
working on
like that.
it.
That
She's
is
Mm,
working.
true.
We all in therapy. She's working on it, but
Oh, that's
good.
good.
it
That's
took a
Hey,
good.
minute to get her to hear that. Because
Right.
again, accountability until you're ready to hold yourself accountable, you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna hold yourself accountable. So
That's
Right.
true.
hmm
Yeah.
right, right, right. It's at Lou Purcell. Hello, how are you? Hopefully I said your name correctly. Y'all know me in real life. I'm bad with names.
He ain't even lie.
I mean, and some of y'all got these names. It's like what?
So,
Like who?
uh,
Like just go by your government name. Why you on here
uh-huh.
with what I mean? With
What if that is their government name though?
Okay.
I'm about to say, yeah, see
mm,
some.
yeah, well,
I got
then
stalkers. So
I just feel for them. I mean, if that's your real name, all right. But
Mm-mm.
nevertheless, hello. You
They
know,
might have multiple accounts. Maybe they can't
yeah,
have it on their
they
Oh
got
yeah.
multiple accounts or whatever and all that, whatever. And sidebar, I don't know about y'all, but like do y'all have the Facebook friends that always like making like other pages and they always want
Yeah,
to add you? It's
yeah,
like
I
yo,
heard.
Yeah. It's
it's
so
like
annoying.
yo, look. I got your one page. That's it. I don't need your I don't need all 1,700 of the other ones.
You know
But
what
when
I
you go
can't
to
stand?
Facebook jail, then what?
I can't
What?
stand when it's their birthday and all 15 of their pages pop up.
Oh, I hate that.
Then you don't
You know,
remember that it's them.
I'm like,
That's true.
Right. Happy
why
birthday
you
to
got
you,
so
man.
many pages? Like, come on.
Well, I've been on parole for a long time, so I ain't done no
You've been
pay.
doing good.
I've been doing
Uh-huh.
good
I've been
for
good
a
too.
minute now. But
Good.
for some reason, around my birthday, I always go back. Not this year though. Okay.
Yeah, they got you flagged. Say, well, I could say something that just, I mean, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just completely innocent, and they flag me. You're violent. They always tell me I'm too violent. I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't done anything. I'm innocent, I tell you. I mean, yeah, there are moments, but they don't give people real, actual violent stuff. I say, I'm just saying that they let slide, but
Hmm.
Yo,
me
I
on
stopped.
GP.
I stopped messing with Zuckerberg and the crew when they just took my original page. They took it for no reason. Like
Oh
one day,
wow.
one day I woke up and my page was gone. I'm
Remember
like,
that?
Wow.
That happened to my brother
Oh,
too.
That happened before. They just swiped the page.
oh, I didn't even know they can do. Oh,
Yeah,
oh
they
yeah,
do.
yeah, they take your joint. You be like, what?
oh,
Yeah.
Like, okay,
My brother,
all
he never
right.
had a violation, nothing, and he just woke up one day and his page was gone.
man.
Wow.
Crazy.
Oh, maybe I do need to make a backup page then.
I have had a few 30-day bids though, but I can't say they took my page.
I
Okay.
got to back up. I can't even get into it because I don't know the password.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah, I don't remember the password for my backup page either. I really
Mm-mm.
don't. I'm like, what the hell is it? That's not
I
it.
got one like that. Mm-hmm.
I
Look,
can't get into it.
And and
Lashana
I,
Maddox. Hello, how are you? You know,
Hey.
say you see that you are saying hey, whatnot. So hello, how are you? By the way, all of y'all that's making comments on the Facebook page, whatnot, are y'all subscribed to the YouTube channel? Again, you got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to, figure out something else bad to wish on you. Like,
Okay.
hopefully, like if you don't subscribe, hopefully you lose all the right shoes in your house.
well, damn. Okay.
Hey, now that's not funny. That's not funny. I'm
My
just
bad.
getting out of it. I'm just getting out of a cab. All I've been
My
wearing
bad.
is my
My bad.
right shoes.
Oh, man.
My bad. My bad. Um.
Lord have mercy.
Let me just ask the next question, please.
Yes. Next question.
Please.
Next question.
Why does the child have to suffer if you do not get along with the father?
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know kids though.
Cannot relate.
At
Mm-mm.
Now,
all.
I'm going
see, I
out.
can't relate, but I did have a response on the page for this.
I know. I remember.
Now, I'm just gonna just speak just from my experience. So, I don't. Not one time have I ever. My daughter's 9 now, and not one time have I ever said anything bad or discussed anything negative about her father.
Mhm.
People everybody makes their own choices on how they're gonna raise their kids or what they're gonna teach their kids, and when people separate. But I've always maintained that you have one father. There's nobody else is substituting that, regardless if they're involved or not. That's
Mhm.
still your father. At the same time, your father does not contribute to anything for you, and he does not. But she's still young, so there's times where she's like, well, does he have a phone number? Can she call him? Or she remembers where he lives. So I will always make an effort, as long as she asks, to
Mhm.
find the phone number or find a family member or whoever to try to reach out. So I've never had the animosity towards the person because they chose to make other decisions and not provide for their kid or whatever. I've never had that animosity in me. So there's a lot of women out here that are not like that. So I don't do anything to keep her from him. If she says I want to go see him, I find a way, I make an attempt. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go all out my way making something convenient for somebody else, but I do make an attempt to, can we meet you somewhere, try to contact him so she can at least see him. Because she
Yeah.
still, she'll see him after 4 years and think that's the best thing in the world, seeing him or talking to him.
He's not
So,
making an effort to see her.
hmm?
He's not making an effort to see her.
No,
Oh God,
Wow.
no.
man.
I
Oh,
think the
oh, I
last
just don't
time,
understand.
like I never, I didn't do child support until this year.
Mhm.
I decided to do it. Um, we tried to
Excuse
let
me.
him just benefit the doubt. If you could buy school supplies, that's cool, just something, but never ask for any money. And then recently I decided, I think that it was time to do it. But he would call maybe once every 2 years, maybe, and like, oh, I want to talk to her. I miss her. This, and
Mhm.
that. But no, not at all.
Man.
We both live here in
Oh.
Phoenix, and no.
See, that, part of
I
that is
hate
taking
that.
accountability too. I think, if you're not making an effort to reach out to your child, and then once
Right.
they grow up, then you can't get upset. And I'm not saying it for all men, and I understand, there's some women who do withhold the child, they use them as a pawn. I'm not saying that
Mhm.
case, but yeah, if you don't actually hold yourself accountable and reach out, the child should not be having to try to reach out to her father. He should be
My
making an
point.
effort to reach out to her. Why would you not want to talk to your kid? I mean, that's what I don't understand.
And that's my
Yeah.
point. I don't feel like she should have to be doing that. This is a
Right.
child,
Right. Yeah,
so.
I don't know.
But
Like I
like
said,
I
I don't
said,
know, Steve. I
if
don't.
she asked, then okay. But I'm
Right.
not. I just don't feel like we should be going out our way to accommodate somebody else who's not um
Making an
participating.
effort.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
agree.
that just blows my mind. Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
my best friend, her daughter is 9 now. That I call her my baby, but she's my
Mhm.
baby. Even
Right.
though we bump heads, But her dad, he created her out of spite. He poked holes in the condom. I thought the only woman did that shit.
Oh
You
no. No, I've known some
Mm.
men.
I
So,
got a nephew got here like that.
Mm.
and then because my best friend didn't want to be with him, he decided he was not going to be a part of his daughter's life.
But you wanted the kid, so
He thought if he got her pregnant, that would have made her
She
stay.
oh,
was going to
so
stay.
Okay,
Mm.
but
child.
He tried to trap her.
yeah,
No, come on. What is
and
wrong with some people?
he used to pop in and out of his daughter's life. And the first time that he decided to pop in,
Mm.
and he said, I'm your dad. She was like, my dad? I thought my dad was dead. Nobody's
Yeah.
ever told her that.
Right.
She
But
made
if he
it up
was
in her
making an
mind.
effort,
That's the reason why he's not around,
right.
because he's dead.
I don't blame
And
her.
then to
Make other
realize, like,
people
no,
do.
he's alive, but he just don't want to be here. That was heartbreaking to see because she
Right.
realized what was going on.
Right.
Right, but
Oh,
they
poor
do.
baby. Mm.
She's maturing. She's at that age now where she's
Mhm.
going through a little, the little change. But
Yeah.
Right.
she knows, like, I know my dad does not do for me. I know he
Right.
doesn't call. I know he doesn't do this or doing that. She knows, but it's not a huge issue.
Right.
It's just something that I know that this is what it is.
And that same day, she asked him for his phone number, and him jokingly, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and she
Oh,
remembered that,
oh
and she
wow.
asked to call him.
See, I
It was
be in
her.
jail. I be in jail. Be
That
in
was her.
Yeah.
jail.
Like,
I
she
mean, yeah.
remembered that. She wanted
Mm-mm.
to call her
I
daddy.
honestly don't know how to react because yeah,
I
that's
be
one
in
of my
jail.
kids. Mm-mm.
And after all of that, she decided that the person that her mom was with, she wanted that person to be her dad, and that's what he's been ever since that day. She
Right.
don't call
That's
the
it.
other person her dad anymore. That's the person her mom is with. That's her daddy.
Right.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm glad that she has that, because
Yeah,
Right.
after the
I'm glad
things
he has that too.
going
She's
through
that
before,
positive.
she didn't deserve that.
of
Mm.
course.
Mm-mm.
But my
Oh,
thing is,
good
it's
for
just
you.
there's not like this plethora of women that are actually out there doing that. There are
Mhm.
there are a huge number of women who are
Right.
like that and who
Hmm.
believe that that's how they want to, do it. But I just don't believe in putting the negative impressions in my child's head.
I don't
Right.
agree
Mm.
with you.
I just don't believe in that. Regardless of how I personally might feel about the person,
Hmm.
Hmm.
I have to maintain a positive image for her to see every day on
Right.
how to just handle different situations.
Yeah, that's how
Right.
my mom did for me when it came to my dad, because my dad
Right.
was out of my life when I was in elementary. He decided to
Mm.
leave, and she let us make our own decision about our relationship with our dad, because she was like, she's
Right.
not gonna hinder that. If we want the relationship and he wants to have the relationship, go right ahead. and I
Yeah.
was
Mm.
glad for that.
Yeah,
I
my mother was the same way.
yeah.
Okay.
We have a comment here. Um, Miss Carla Clark said, I've been divorced 9 years and never have I denied my ex husband the opportunity to see or spend time with the kids. Kids need both parents, whether the parents are in the same household or not. People should stop using kids as pawns just because they, as adults, can't get along. Kids suffer more than anyone in these situations. Indeed, they do.
True.
Do
And
they
and
do?
and see, here's another thing. There's too much mindless fucking going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much mindless fucking going on.
Whew.
And you have
Now that's a word.
there's too much mindless fucking going on.
That's
Case
true.
in point, I someone sent me a video today. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the young dude that was bragging that he had 7 kids, and
Oh,
he wasn't in their lives. He didn't pay child support.
And he told the mothers that he didn't want them from the beginning.
Right. Well, he was on Kendra G's show,
oh
and
yeah, I
yeah, he
saw
was on
that.
Kendra G's
I used to
show,
watch
and
that.
someone sent me a clip of that show.
Yeah.
And this cat is 27 years old, so he a young blood. He got 7 kids, and he's proudly proclaiming that, oh well, it's what it is. They shouldn't have, they
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be here. See, this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of children out there who were born from who were made from these situations, and
Mm-hmm.
instead of okay, people just saying, you know what, I was doing something that I didn't necessarily have any business doing, but hey, I got a child now, and I got to do the right thing. They
Hmm.
they can't get over themselves, so
Mm-hmm.
they stay in a state of perpetual immaturity. And I can say this, for myself. I mean, hey, look, when my older son was born, I didn't want to be no father. Man, I was 23 years
Hmm.
old, man. I was out here sticking and moving like, Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime. I didn't give a damn. I mean, I came from a broken home. I came, I wasn't trying to do none of that. And then on top of that, the very next year I had my youngest son. So
Hmm.
I was just running and I didn't care. But I eventually had to sit down because, you got something in you that says, that lets you know this is right and that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running because I was scared. I was not in my children's lives because I was scared. I just didn't want that responsibility. I didn't want to handle none of that. You know what I mean? And eventually I had to stop running because, like, look, they're not going to be anything without me. I mean, I may not have came up with the best of circumstances, but I can do a lot better than what my sperm donor did for me.
Right.
And that's the and that's how a lot of these people need to start thinking. But unfortunately, thinking is not what's happening. All they're
Right.
It's
doing
not.
is just going from one bad situation to another bad
Mm-hmm.
situation,
And
and
then let me
the kids
interject right
suffering.
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like at the end of the day, a lot of it goes back to what we are taught as young people. I have
Mm-hmm.
3 sons. Me and their father have taught them to respect and understand the worthiness of their seed as men.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
A
That's
lot of
good.
young boys don't get that teaching. They don't understand the worth of their seed. To them, they just busting a nut.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. We have to start teaching these young people these young girls, the importance of their womb, and these young men, the importance of their baby batter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, that's why y'all seen the clip Ayama Van Zandt did. All the men had, what was it, over 100 kids in one room?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. One guy
You
had over
can't,
50 on his own.
yes, you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me they understood the worth of their seed and they
Right.
got 17, 18, 19, 20 kids. You
Right.
can't. And then for the women that lay down with them, you got to be crazy and out your mind to be baby mama number 3.
Thank you.
Right.
Huh?
Like you said,
Right.
Where's
goes back to
the logic?
accountability all the way around with that.
Okay, where's the logic?
Mm-hmm.
And we've gotten so far gone. I get looked at crazy when I say all 4 of my children is by one man.
Mhm.
All your kids got the same father. Why is that a shock?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's so ass backwards. You know what I mean? It is wild. But we have to teach our sons, you are just as worthy as the next
Mhm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
That's
seed
true.
is important. Your seed is your legacy. Your seed is how your name is going to continue on this planet.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to be mindful and careful who you lay down with.
Very
Hmm.
much
Mm-hmm.
so.
When you lay down with
Mhm.
somebody,
Because you stuck
you,
with that person.
you listen, you better
Exactly.
be in your head. Can I deal with her for another 18 plus
Right.
years?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
That's real.
It a marriage ain't a flex for everybody no more. But if it's a
Yeah.
flex for one of my sons, it's just gonna be my wife. You
Hmm.
you you gotta go across the whole gamut with these kids because nobody is
That's
really
true.
sitting them down and really having these real deep talks. Because it
Hmm.
baffles me. I got a friend on Facebook right now. Her and her daughter is having babies together.
Yeah.
Not by the same person, hopefully.
Not
Oh,
by the
oh.
same, not by the same person, but
I
Why
mean, hey,
y'all
you
gotta
she
gotta
be
ask.
like
Oh,
You
that?
gotta
this
ask.
is Jerry Springer
she
type of
she's in, she's in her. We're in our. Most of us are in our 40s. She's
Okay.
in her 40s. Her daughter's in her 20s. They're having babies together.
Mm-mm.
And they plan this?
Of course not,
I
because
was
what
about
did
to
he
say,
call it?
well, you'd be surprised.
Mind,
I know a couple who
mind,
actually,
mindless fucking. You know,
yeah,
Mama
they,
thinks she in her
mama
prime
had the
doing her
babies
thing,
young. And,
because
Mm-hmm.
Mama gotta have a life too. You
hmm.
know, but
Mm-hmm.
Mama should know better. But Mama should
Mm-hmm.
know better at 40 something years old. Like, come on now, it's
Mom,
weird.
mommy too busy getting hit from the bike.
There you go.
She too busy getting hit from the bike.
Cause I asked her, I said,
Age
girl,
does not necessarily come wisdom. We'll put it like that.
I said,
I'm
and your
not familiar
tubes,
with
I
people
said,
with sense at
I told
all.
her, I said, girl, you brave. I said, your tubes ain't tied and you ain't afraid of STDs and STIs.
Right. Yeah, it's real out here. Shoot.
Well, you too
Yeah,
old. You too old. I'm sorry. You too old.
yeah, mess
So for
around, kiss and
any
tell
young men who are watching this broadcast, I want to say this to you. It's not all about getting that release.
you.
You're gonna have to find your joy in something else. It just can't
Hmm.
be you going, getting with random shorties and shooting up the club. Because what comes along with it, you're not gonna want to deal with that. You're not
Hmm.
gonna want to deal with that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, in the long run, having multiple kids that you have to be responsible for, that ages you, it runs you down, and you don't want to be that old head sitting up there talking, 20, 30 years later, talking about how none of your kids bother to see you because you weren't shit.
Hmm.
Next question is, why do you honestly feel like men don't love you?
Hmm?
Huh?
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Well,
Repeat
before
that,
Why?
wait a
please?
minute,
I
before we
don't
before we do
understand.
that, we have to
Oh,
read the comment. It says, "I went through the same with oldest son's dad. I never said a negative word about him around my son. He's 31 now and made his own decision on how he wants to deal with him. Non-existent. He considers his stepfather his dad. See, this is the risk that you run. Another
But
man
you know
coming
what?
through and
hmm.
doing what you should have done.
That's true.
See, now that okay, I had my daughter asked me the question not too long ago about, she'll ask questions like, "Do you love daddy?" or "Do you
Hmm.
is that how come that's not your boyfriend or your husband or whatever?" Those type of questions.
Right.
Because obviously you see other kids at school, you see both parents together, or you'll see a mom and a boyfriend or a dad and a girlfriend, whatever the situation is.
Hmm.
My response is just, yeah, people have goals,
Right.
and when two people don't have the same goals, and one does not want to go to another place, they don't want to reach the goals together, then we have to go our separate ways. Doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
that you dislike each other. It's just we don't have things in common anymore.
Right.
You
That's
know,
well said.
right, we just don't have things in common. So you want to grow and you want to be able to learn things. So and this is me having to talk to a 9-year-old. It's not like this is some
Mhm.
Yeah.
grown person,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to,
Right.
you have to figure out how to intel, because I'm like, yeah, my goal was for us to, of course, be together
Right.
and get married, whatever. Yes, we had a child before we got married. It happens, but my goal was not for us to break up and go our separate ways. We was gonna raise
Right.
a child together like my parents did me, and been married 46 years.
Wow.
So
That's a
yeah,
blessing.
I don't,
Yeah.
so again, I have to explain to her, like, what's the best way to explain that we ain't on the same path,
Right.
Right,
you know.
right.
Easiest
The
way to
kids get it. I mean, like you said, that was. I think that was a good way of telling her, because you don't have when it goes back. You don't have to bash, the other parent,
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Right.
because kids know. They know who's in their lives and who's not.
Yeah.
Who's actually being an active parent. You
Mhm.
Mm.
figure that out. I
Exactly.
figured that out at a very young age. And
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
especially by the time I was 8, I was like, okay, my mom. She never said anything negative about my dad, but I knew. I'm like, okay. She even asked me,
Yeah.
"Do you think we should get a divorce?" She was like, "Well, I don't want to. I don't want to break up the home." I was like, "If you don't divorce that sorry man, like, man,
Get
I
that
was
cat
like,
out of
yeah,
here.
I'm
Get him out of
gonna
here.
give it to you.
Right.
Give that
What you say? I'll break this up happily.
Yeah,
I'll
Right.
bring it up
Matter of
right
fact, let me
now.
go
definitely.
sign
I'm
the
like, man,
paperwork.
Mama, she said, this is a sham of a marriage. And yes, it ain't. I told her that.
Mm,
She was
mm.
like, what? I
Hey,
said, because
I
having a
believe that.
bad two-parent household is worse, I think, than having a good single-parent household.
Right.
mm-hmm.
Because kids pick up, like sponges. You pick up on all of that stuff, and that does shape your adulthood too. Because there are things I'm having to unlearn, with therapy, just from my childhood, childhood trauma. And like I said, you carry that stuff with you into adulthood, and it affects your relationships too.
Yes, it
So
Mm.
does.
it affects your career, it affects everything. you know.
Everything. Mm.
Right. It paints your views of things. So that's what I said, yeah, that's a lot to unlearn. It's better, like they say, an ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. So that way, if the kid doesn't have to go through that, don't put them through it.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's just my feelings on that.
I
Mm.
dig it. All right, we got another comment. I'm glad my ex-husband and I have been able to co-parent very well. Kids are always top priority, even the times my ex-husband and I don't agree.
Good.
And that's the way it should be.
It should be that.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Right.
The kids didn't ask
That's
to be
beautiful.
here. It don't got they don't got nothing to do with you and her and y'all not getting along or whatever. Hey, y'all keep that separate. You know what I
Right.
mean? Keep
Mm.
that nonsense separate. Raise some
I agree.
kids.
For sure.
That's the conversation I had to have with my ex. I keep telling him that we can do this differently. We can do
Mhm.
both our parents have been divorced and remarried and divorced and remarried. We can do this differently. We don't have to do this how they did.
Right.
And when you sit here and say, I die for my kid, I put my kid priority, okay, what does that look like? Let's define that for us.
Mhm.
And when we started having those conversations, when we first separated, we was at each other's necks. Now we can sit
Mm.
down and
Yeah,
have a
God.
good
Mm.
conversation because we lead with this. Like if we say we're gonna put him first, put him first. Check your
Good.
feelings. I'm gonna check mine, and we're gonna come back to the table and what's truly best for him.
Mm.
Um, it ain't happened overnight. It's a process, and it's still something I constantly have to repeat. Like, yo, we gotta do this differently. But you gotta put your kids first, and not just by saying that, but you gotta like truly put
You
your
got to
kids
be
first and
about it.
take your yes. Please take
You
your
got to
kids.
be about it. Because that was for me and my ex-husband. Like you said, it was a struggle for us in the beginning. But the hardest part for me as a mother was letting him become the primary parent of all of our children.
Mhm.
People be like, "Oh, I can never leave my kids." It's like, first of all, I didn't leave my children. They with their father. That's number one. Number
Right.
two,
Right.
hello. Number two, I went from being a kept woman to have to try to figure this thing called life out on my own. I
Mhm.
was not going to take my 4 kids to a two-bedroom apartment and have them watch me struggle as a mother.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That just
Somebody don't
didn't that
think.
didn't seem logical to me. You know what I mean? Their dad made six figures. He had all the means financially to take care of them. He's a good father. He's always been in their lives. He's never missed a step. He's been there since the day we peed on every pregnancy test. I was not, you know what I mean? I was not going to put my kids in a position to where now they got to watch their mother struggle. I wasn't going to do that. We don't have child support order. The court ain't in our business. Everything is 50-50. You know what I mean? They got rooms at my house, rooms at their daddy house. It's just split down the middle. But because I'm in nursing and the time that I have to put in and the hours that I have to put in, I wasn't going to have my kids being stuck here not doing anything, waiting on me to get home from night shift. That that just didn't seem right to me, as a mother. So I had to make the logical decision for them to continue to be raised by their father. Now, two of them are grown, and we only got two left, so we're doing good. But it's hard, when you're in a position as a mother to make certain decisions logically and not emotionally. It's a whole totally different struggle.
And I commend you for that too.
I
To be able to
I
make that
cried about
decision.
that. I cried
Right.
night,
I can
day,
tell that's
night,
not easy.
day. It's not. It's not. When I come home and I look at my kids' bedrooms and they clean and
Mhm.
everything, and I can tell they haven't been here in 2 weeks or three
Mhm.
weeks, that's
It's
Right.
hard.
hurtful.
Yeah.
But it was best. It was what was best for them.
Right.
You
It's
know what
good
I
to
mean?
put
So
your kids' needs over your
they
own emotions.
right. You know what I mean? And this is another thing. I'm gonna need some people to stop hating on the stepmama because
Yeah, that's
my
true.
kid's stepmama is the goat. You understand?
True.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
that man.
beautiful. I love to see that.
Listen, if another woman is going to help you, is going to participate in the two of you raising
Right.
your children in a healthy home. Why
Yes.
y'all mad at that lady? Why
Exactly.
y'all
Yeah.
mad at her? I don't
Yes.
understand.
I agree.
I don't get it. It's been times where I could call her and say, "Listen here, Angela, I can't make it to whatever the kids got going on." Should I, girl? I
Mhm.
got you.
It
Okay.
should be like that.
It
Y'all
should
ain't being
be
a bitch
like
It
that.
about
should
it.
be
I
like
like
Y'all
that.
that.
make it so hard for no reason because
Right.
this man that went on and got. First of all, I was the one that got dumped, so who should be mad?
Hmm.
Okay,
It's
so
about my kids.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Hmm.
we're gonna move
See,
on to the
that's
next
maturity right
question.
there. Maturity.
Yeah, that's true.
We're gonna
Yes,
move on to
maturity.
the next question, people.
Wait. We have a comment. We have a comment.
Listen, I'm gonna thump you.
I'm reading the comments. Slow down.
I'm
Slow
trying to
down.
read the tiny
You know how
little,
many times you cut
tiny
off my
little.
question though?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm trying to read the comment. That
Go
carnal
ahead, read
mind,
it. Read it. Go
this is
ahead.
why you
silence
gotta have
women.
marriage over there.
Go ahead. I'm about to
That
choke you. Go ahead.
that carnal mind overpowers them. I had that combo with my son when he was 8. Shout out, brother Salid. Uh, yeah. More young men need to have that conversation because unfortunately a lot of young men go into the world being measured by numbers, and unfortunately
Mhm.
these numbers are not good numbers. They are measured by how much money they accumulate and how many or how many negative situations that they've gotten into, or how many women that they've ran through,
Mhm.
things like that. And we have to stop that. We definitely have to stop that.
I
um,
agree.
so
I
definitely,
agree.
shout out to you, brother Salid. All right, next question.
Finally,
Finally,
I'm gonna just ask you two questions one time. Okay? How about that?
sure. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all, through y'all
He was
kicks.
asking, why do you feel that men don't show love to women? And why do you feel men care more about their exterior than the interior?
I
I
mean,
think
That's
that's
a
oh,
us
great.
question.
so here's the thing. I was raised with a dad and a stepdad, brothers, uncles, very protected. And they will
Mhm.
go to war about me. But then they can see a woman on the side of the street going through the same shit and they ignore her. And I have that same question, fellas. Like,
Right.
I don't think we can answer that. I
Right.
want, I, don't- we can't tell you that. I don't know. Maybe it's a broken relationship with your mom. Maybe you were taught to protect what's yours. mind your business, mind your business. As a woman being asked that, I cannot answer that. I don't know.
I
There's a lot of factors
honestly,
that we can go into, but that's something that I feel like that's a question that I wish men would ask other men.
Other men.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I don't.
since I'm the only man here,
Okay.
let's pretend they asked it to me.
Like
Okay. Well, as Jay alluded to, nowadays you're more apt to minding your own and leaving other people's nonsense alone,
Mhm.
because to be perfectly honest, as a man, your responsibility is to you and yours. Everything else is extra. Now, it's noble. It's noble if you want to, you know, look out for others and whatnot, but it isn't necessarily a prerequisite. I mean, think about it like this. Um, I recently read a story about a man in Florida who interjected into a domestic situation, and unfortunately, he was unalived.
Mm.
Hmm.
And he was in there with his family. Now, this man had just had a an infant son, and he already had another child, and he was married. Now, he involved himself in that domestic situation because, again, that's the nobility. That's the nobility in you. But let's look at the aftermath of that situation. His wife has to go on now without him. His son is going to go on without him. His other child is going to go on without him. That girl who was in that domestic situation,
She probably still with him.
no, well, no, because the guy that unalived the other guy, y'all know, y'all know he in the y'all know he in the bang now. So
Mm.
it's a slippery slope, because see, for me, I'm a noble guy. I mean, all BS aside, y'all see how I react or whatever if I see like one of y'all getting disrespected, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
But at my big old age now, I have to stop and think about certain things before I rush into the water and maybe not know how to swim and maybe not know how to deal with the current. It
Yeah.
isn't that I don't love you. I love you all. You know what I mean? I love my sisters. I don't want nothing to happen to y'all. But
Mhm.
also, I got a wife. I can't just sit up there and just be, going and play Superman and everything. You know what I mean? And if something happened to me, that where does that leave her?
I
Right.
mean, I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying, right? I hear what you're saying, but I feel like it's going to take a man to teach a man that. I kind of feel like the
Yeah.
theory of it takes a village needs to be put back in place. Because
Please and
if
thank
men
you.
are
Mhm.
checking men about their behaviors, and not just mentioning, but if men or if instead of being one hero, if we had a community of heroes, like talking to these young men, talking to these boys before they get to the point to where they're, and vice versa.
Mhm.
My dad can tell me the sky's gray. And guess what I'm gonna tell you? My daddy said that sky's gray because I'm like, if men, I don't want to say this and offend motherfuckers, but
Go ahead and say it, girl.
but
I
Say
know.
it.
if men taught men, if men communicated with men, if men held other men accountable, because y'all don't listen to us, but if men
Right.
held other men accountable, if men held their sons accountable, if men, like hold us accountable, like as a, how do I say this? As a woman, I will listen to a man if he's a man of character and of quality. But how do I know that if you're not showing it, if y'all not showing it, if we're not seeing this, if the only time we communicate with you is we're debating, we're going back and forth, we're trying to
Girl,
over talk
yes.
each other. Like I just, for me personally, I just need men to be men.
Mhm.
No, I don't want you to risk your life, but again, if you see something developing in your neighborhood, step. Hey, brothers, we need to go out here and handle this. Hey, we need to talk. Like, do
Oh yeah,
that. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do that. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I
I
mean,
just
Don't think
think
it's kind of a double-edged sword too. I'm sorry for offending me, because I
no,
was
no.
just
Go
thinking
ahead.
about that
no.
because I mean, I've noticed that just in interactions with other people, like some people do not want you telling their kid anything, even if it's a teenager, young adult, anything. They like, stop speaking to my kid. I mean, they had a guy here, I want to say about a month or two ago. He was in the barber shop and he just said, "Looking good, young king," to the young guy. The man was with his young son, and he was complimenting the son and the father. The father actually grabbed the kid, followed the man down the street and shot him. He killed this man. Well, sorry, unalived this man just for complimenting his son. And I'm like,
Out.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I see this, and I
I,
see it so often where people are getting upset because somebody's trying to tell their child to stop doing something that's harmful, or that's just plain out wrong. I've gotten to the point, and I do understand it because I've gotten to the point now where I'm hesitant to even say anything. I used to be quite vocal about that. If I see a kid doing something that they shouldn't be doing, then I used to speak up. Hey, hold on, especially if I see the parents just sitting there watching them do it. They're swinging from the chandeliers and everything, but bust their head. I'm like, hey, quit that. You don't want some more and all that. But yeah, I
I
mean,
hear that. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
Chris.
don't know.
I hear that, but
Yeah,
then
I'm talking
I
about
also
the
see the example of the men going into the schools in New Orleans, like the father
Mhm.
Saw that.
literally coming in and saying, "Hey, we gonna be here. We gonna show these not just young
Right.
men, but we gonna show these kids something different." So I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying, but I just think that I wish our men would step. I'm not gonna say step up because I'm surrounded by great men,
Mm.
but I
Right.
just wish as a community that we thought more as a community. So in that situation where you're in the barbershop and somebody's commenting and saying, you looking good, King, and the father lashes off, it probably would have taken another, and I don't know because I don't know the situation, but probably take another guy like, hey man, don't do that in front of your son. Like allow him to receive that compliment. Allow him to receive praise from another man. Like I just
Right,
wish that we could
right.
Not
get.
the way things are going in New Orleans. I'll be honest with you. No, these days, I mean, it's like the wild, wild west. You can't,
Yeah.
yeah, just even complimenting somebody is becoming a problem, even two adults. I've seen people yeah, I do like the example you gave about the men going into the schools. I thought that was beautiful. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of it. It's not enough. But
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the problem.
I
They
wish
have
it
a
was
lot of
more.
young men
Yeah.
who don't have fathers in their lives or father figures. They don't grow up with anybody to tell them, or they have somebody tell them the wrong thing. Because a lot of them, out in the streets, they using these young kids to commit crimes. I mean, they had an 8-year-old out robbing people. That's not unusual now, robbing people in the French Quarter. They hold them at gunpoint, but they know that those kids, they only get like maybe juvie life. They're not gonna get much time.
Right.
So
Right, right.
unfortunately, you have people being poor examples. I'd say more so than just not being an
Yeah.
example at all. And I think that's kind of a tough thing to answer. That really is a tough question to answer. Like,
Again,
how
I
do
need a
you?
man to answer that because
Right. I think the
Well,
problem is bigger than I think bigger than all of us. Even the other men right now. I'm like, oh
Right.
man, because that is a question we have asked. In a council group. It's like, what do you do? How do you rectify that situation? Like when people are trying to get involved, you seeing good Samaritans being hurt over stuff like that. Like, what do you do? I mean, it's become so lawless. I
yeah.
mean,
yeah,
really,
yeah. It's
they
wild.
basically
It
tell
really
you,
is. It definitely
right?
is
They tell
wild.
you every man and woman for themselves. They're like, look, there's nothing we can do for you.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. It's
Uh,
scary.
No, no.
Brother Salid has said that the problem is that we're checking the ones in our circle, but not
Right.
going outside of that enough. And I would definitely agree with that. Half the time, and Brother Salih can attest to this. Half the time, you ain't even really even checking. You're checking the people in your circle. You just like,
Hmm.
yo, I can't tell that man what to do. I
Exactly.
can't,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
Please speak on it. Please speak on it
You
because
know,
I told
right.
somebody not too long ago, I'm not going to be friends with anyone that can't pull me on the carpet and call me
Right.
out on my bullshit. And I'm not, and I don't want to be their friend either if I can't call them out. If you see me coming out of character and you be like, hey, and you don't pull me back and say, hey, TT, like, let's talk about this, let's figure this out. You know what I mean? Like, I
Hmm.
need people around me that's going to keep me together. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I need to be around people that's going to allow me to keep them together if need be.
mhm,
All that, can't nobody tell me what to do and I'm grown. The minute I hear I'm grown come out of
Yeah.
somebody's mouth,
Right.
I'm done. Because you're never too grown for accountability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ever. Never.
exactly,
I
Right.
have
exactly.
I
such a
don't, when I hear it, I leave them alone. I do not
Right.
mess with people. I'm grown. I'm good. I can't mess with you.
I
I
blame
agree.
you.
Yeah,
I had to get
yeah.
to the point with one of my cousins because she used to always ask me for advice, and then when I give her the advice, she said, "Why you always gotta judge me?" I said, "It wasn't judging. You asked me my opinion. I gave you my opinion.
Right.
That's all it was." And she popped off, and I was like, "You know what? From today, don't ask me shit. I
Right.
I ain't got no damn opinion."
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Robbie,
continue to
you
hurt your
was
Legit.
tough
feelings
like that.
because I can't be your friend and let you sit here
Huh?
and
I said, Robbie,
What
you
you
was
say?
tough like that.
What
You
you
wasn't
say?
tough like that.
Oh, oh, they testing your gangster. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Listen, I tell people I'm an innocent gangster, okay? I
The
can be
innocent
violent if I need
gangster.
to.
I'm a kind
I've pushed
gangster,
some
huh?
Yeah.
people down in my day
mm-mm,
and said I didn't do it. I'm just saying.
mm-mm,
I know that's right.
I put somebody down
Not
red
taking
and
those
she
out
wouldn't move out my way.
check
yeah.
Right.
Now I
I
know
hit
I
her
could
with the
vouch. I
chair and
know
then I was like, oops, it slipped.
Mm.
I my circle, they ain't got no shame. They'll check you.
You're breaking up.
They better because if
Yeah.
not,
Mine
my
too.
if we can't
Mm.
hold each other accountable, then what? I my friends can do some crazy stuff in public. I might not check you in public, but when we get to the
Right.
car, get to the house, you know you was tripping, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's me and my
Okay.
best friend. That's
If
us.
I can't
Right.
hold you accountable and vice versa, we don't need to be in each other's lives. Because
That's
while we
true.
Exactly.
here,
Mm-mm.
That
Oh
is
now,
yeah.
true.
now,
I
see,
ain't going.
I don't have a circle.
Mhm.
I mean, y'all know I'm a popular loner, but
Right.
Libra. Is
and,
that
and
you?
Libra, yeah,
yeah,
thank
Is
you.
but
that you?
Goddamn
but
Libras.
it, I mean,
Dylan?
greatest in the world.
So,
Remember that we're the
Oh
Oh
GOAT,
God.
Lord. See, I can't
Oh Lord.
co-sign
greatest of
that.
all
No, I'm
time.
sorry.
Put some respect on our name,
whatever, demon.
whatever.
Not the demon.
I
As I was
told
saying
y'all,
before, I
Libras
was
are the
rudely
calm
interrupted
Satan.
by by insults and insolence and all that. Whatever.
Facts.
I don't have a full fledged circle or anything like that, but I do have cats that I respect. And
Mhm.
what's crazy is, and I'm gonna give some flowers to Sean Don, the comedian. If he's watching, I want I'm giving him flowers because when I met him 3 years ago, we didn't know each other from Adam. You know what I mean? And there was a situation that popped off and whatever and
Wasn't
everything
that
and
more than
whatnot.
3 years?
Say what?
Wasn't that more than 3 years?
Yeah, that was three. No, it was 3 years. It's 3 years.
You
Yeah,
really gotta
three
check
years.
my history. Hmm.
Anyway, I did not. I didn't know this brother from Adam, and and I was handling a situation wrongly, and he actually got in my inbox and he, was like, "Yo, maybe you should bam, 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 bam." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mm.
Again, this me and this brother, we'd only met in person once. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it wasn't like we was buddies or nothing like that at that time or whatever. But he thought enough of me to say, "Hey, man, you don't necessarily want to do it like that." Yeah, I mean, I could have been a dickhead and just been like, "Man, whatever, man, fuck you. You don't, whatever." You know what I mean? But I actually had to receive that because it's like, all right, yeah, I am wilding. I'm wilding.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, so shout out to him. There needs to be more brothers like that.
I know.
Mm.
They say that's what you on your grown man shit. Yeah,
Yeah, you
For
Yeah.
gotta grow
sure.
up sometime.
yeah, you
You got
mature. And unfortunately, some people you never know. Just looking at them, you thinking they're rational and reasonable,
And in the
but
oven.
yeah, they had a mentality of about a 5-year-old. You're like, oh man, they
Yeah.
cannot take any criticism at all. You know,
Let's
yeah.
not insult 5-year-olds because you know what, 5 5-year-olds,
Well, that's true. I know.
they like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I'm being bad. I'm gonna sit down.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna be back wilding again, but
Well, shit, you need to meet my nieces and nephews. So they were great nieces and nephews. Shit.
Mm-mm.
see, I can reason with the kids. I reason with the kids.
Yeah,
They
well, a
Oh,
lot of
you
y'all
try
have
a
I
kids
can.
with straight
teenager. Try
faces. You
reasoning with
like,
a
you
teenager.
question yourself, like, wait a minute, were my eyes deceiving me? Hold up. That's my great niece though. That little girl, yeah, I have to watch her. She said, that nigga, you got too good at lying.
most definitely. Robbie,
Yeah.
next question.
It's the one for
it's
sure.
kind of a silly question, but I think he was just goofing. But I'm gonna ask it anyways.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
God.
Dante, my bad.
He was just saying, why do women like arguing points that nobody was even making?
Huh?
Next.
Hold
Next.
Yes,
on, let's
man.
understand. Who asked that question?
Next.
I get it. He's asking like, okay, like why is it that like okay, you allegedly have caught
Uh-huh.
your man cheating, but you'll say, okay, well, did you take her out to dinner and sleep with her? Well, why are you asking me did I take her out to dinner? You know I ain't take her out to no damn dinner. Ask me what the hell you really want to know.
But
But
there's
sometimes you
so
already have a receipt. You just want to see if he gonna be honest. I mean, me, I don't bother. Shit, if I suspect you cheat, I'm just leaving your ass. But
there, there you.
I
It's
just want to go to the
intent.
next question.
Yeah, because
It's
I
no. I want to answer that. It's intent. And
right.
here's an example. Here's an example. If you just smashing a chick and you smashing a chick, that's one thing. But if you taking her out
Mhm.
on dates, you taking time to get dressed, put effort in, blah blah blah. That's a whole different conversation. So we're
Mhm.
asking questions. Well, I can't say we. Me, I'm asking questions to see if you truly just did that by accident and not just cheating, but with whatever your infraction was it
Right.
done by accident or did you have ill intentions behind it? Because if you had
Mhm.
ill intentions behind how you was moving towards me, you don't need to be around me. So for
Right.
me, I'm asking questions to see where you coming from. That's
I
it.
mean, well, I mean, for the record, didn't have necessarily ill intentions towards you. He had maybe had ill intentions towards them cakes. You know what I mean?
I
Because
mean,
he
No.
he had to go ahead and get
Mm-mm.
mean and vicious,
Mm-mm.
and you know what I mean. But
Mm-mm. Nope,
Cheating is
nope.
cheating
If
regardless
you
of
put
why.
that energy that should be into me, into someone else,
yeah.
especially me knowing how I am in a relationship, I am.
Mhm.
We ain't going there. But if you putting that extra energy into someone, that's a
Right.
different conversation for me. I'm sorry. If you just smashing, I'll probably leave. But
Punch you in the face
you know, I'm
versus
upset
hit
with
you with the
me in the
car.
relationship. So let's just be real. But for real,
back to hitting you with the
again,
car.
Oh
again,
no.
for me, it's intentions. Like I don't move with ill intentions. I literally, if
right.
I'm doing something, if I'm doing something and I'm hurting you, I check myself and be like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this mindlessly or
Right.
am I doing this with ill intent? That I'm sorry, that for me, that makes a difference. You can't be around me and be purposely doing stuff to hurt me. I don't care
Right.
how blind you are to your actions.
Twisted.
No.
Yeah. I can understand that.
So for me, asking questions is trying to see where your mind was at and the process of you doing whatever discretion you did.
I'm
So
gonna
yeah.
ask some questions.
I'm gonna ask questions.
I'm
Listen,
gonna ask
I
some
want to know.
questions.
Well, the only
I don't know.
questions
Maybe
that
Did
you
I
need
need
you
to
Well,
or
know
it's
like
not
not?
gonna
that
be
because
that
I
you
no
need
don't
to
buy
be
questions. I'm
that
making
asking
a
answer.
mama
Really.
though.
the
That's
only
all I
questions
said.
that you need to be asking is did I spend any money? No, I
Yeah.
didn't spend no money. I
And
smashed you
she
behind an abandoned McDonald's.
Yeah.
hey,
That's it.
that's
It
still
might
enough
make
for
a
You
me.
difference. I
dirty?
think
One and
though.
done.
It really
I
might
mean,
make
yeah,
a difference in
exactly.
how
One
the
and
argument
done.
go.
One and done. Hey, you
No,
know
I'm
what?
like one and done. If you cheat, that's it for me. That's a wrap. Like ain't nothing to talk about at
I
that point.
Next
I'm
time it's
like,
gonna
we
be behind
good.
Wendy's.
me,
Watch.
I just
When you
Hey,
place
for
the
me,
order.
hey, Wendy's
I
need to
just
stop
feel like
depending on where you know. Anyway,
I just feel like if you're not gonna if you don't have an escape plan and you're not gonna leave,
Don't ask.
just don't
right,
even enter. Just
right.
don't.
If you know
That's
you're not
just
gonna let
me.
that man
All
cheat
I
on
need
you,
to know, like, if you're not leaving,
uh,
because I did it. I can only speak for myself. I was married
right.
for almost 20 years.
Girl.
That man cheated on me
On the
3 months
road.
into our marriage. I
Oh,
went down to his grandmother's house, crying my eyes out with my one little baby. And
mm,
that old lady looked me dead in my face. She said, "Is you leaving?"
mm.
I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Then wipe your face and let that man cheat in peace."
Oh,
Oh.
shout
that,
out to grandma.
that was OG, triple OG.
But see, for
Shout out to
me,
the old G.
here's
I don't
But
know
let me
no
break it down.
scientific.
Let me break it down to you though. I didn't want for nothing. I didn't pay no bills. My house was good. I had my own car. Everything I wanted and needed. Also to tell you, fair exchange ain't no robbery. Now, if you gonna leave, leave. You have every right. Everybody, what they're gonna put up with is different. What
Right.
one may put up with, another one may not be going for it.
That's true.
I was 20 years old. He moved me from one state to another. I didn't have no family here.
Hmm.
And my mother was the type of mother, when you leave, you can't come back here. She
Yeah.
downsized, okay? Especially
Oh,
when you got kids. So
yeah.
she wasn't playing. She wasn't playing. Now, in the in case of emergency, of course your mother gonna let you come back.
Yeah.
But that was the stigma that she put. Once you gone, and you better have a life threatening situation in order for you to come back here. But I had to take in account to what his grandmother was telling me. She said
Hmm.
that boy is young, dumb, and full of cum, baby. You married a boy. We was 20 and 21 years old. Had no business being married. I tell
Yeah,
people
Yeah.
all the time, people in their 20s ain't got no business being married.
Yeah. No, just past babies themselves.
Well, yeah, you don't know who you are. So,
Right.
in me saying that, a lot of women, you'll come up with this argument, want to argue, and your ass ain't going nowhere. Baby, save your energy and go to Starbucks and get you a latte. Because
Yeah,
you
that's
ain't leaving.
true.
You're
Right.
not going anywhere.
I'm out. It don't take. Mm-mm.
I want to say this to the fellas.
Starbucks ain't
I
gonna
want
do
to
it.
want to say this to the
It ain't
fellas.
gonna do
We
it.
want to say this to the fellas.
Make you
No matter
mad.
whatever it is that you're doing, there's a right way to do even the wrong damn thing. A lot of y'all be out here, man, whining and dining and all that other shit and whatever, and you ain't even got to do all that. Yeah, I mean, ladies, clear out and talking to the fellas. You ain't got to do all that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, hey, you can go ahead and you can smash and do your thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be tricking off, flying these chicks out and all this other stuff. You ain't gotta do all that. See, that's what be making your woman mad. You know what I mean? Hell, after a while, she ain't got tired of your ass anyway. But when she find out that you out here, tricking off, doing all this other extra stuff or whatever with with another chick, and then you want to come back in her face, yeah, man, that's bad business. It's
Like
nasty.
Maybe when they younger,
I'm
not an
leaving
older
either
woman though.
way. I'm
Right.
leaving
Exactly.
either way.
Not in my 40s.
I know. I'm about to say, yeah, my friend, nah, I ain't got time to be wasting on them.
Listen,
Mm-mm.
Shit.
Them
Listen here, y'all
games
need to
you play when you're
listen here.
20.
Y'all need to listen to me and stay and get cheated on properly. Now,
Oh,
I'm trying.
for what? Mm-mm. For what?
Now, when I was younger, now I was petty as hell. I might say, but you don't like it. I'm just saying. Don't start doing that too much. Shit.
It
Like,
ain't
oh, that's what
working.
you
Listen.
think?
Listen. I tell
Okay.
people all the time.
I'm gonna tell you
I've been,
too. Say and get
I've
cheated
been,
on.
I've been married one time and one time only, and I promised myself I was only going to do it one time. That's it. That's all for me. I take my hat off to anybody that do round two, round three. I'm
Mm-mm.
just not cut that way. At
I
the end of the
can't.
day, there's this little thing that a lot of us keep bucking up against, and it's called human nature. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us have been brainwashed to believe that life is a certain way, and you can run off and have your fairy tale if you want to. I am not that person, because the fact remains is, if I put 10 people in one room and ask this one question: how many how many of you have been cheated on or have cheated? 8 people is going to raise their hands, and the other two ain't going to raise their hands because they simply just don't know. I no longer believe in monogamy and all this stuff. Do what makes you happy. I don't believe in titles. I don't believe in none of that stuff anymore, because the shit really don't work for the people that even created it. So I know too many people that's in the same predicament, and I know there's a lot of people that are in a great predicament. It's just not for me. I don't judge nobody. Do what you do. Look for your love. Look for your skipping of the daisies. Go ahead and do that. It's just not for TT. I want everybody to be happy, but I want you to be happy in the way that you see fit to be happy.
Right,
That's
and
it.
find
That's
somebody
all.
who believes the way you do, because I understand
Yeah.
monogamy isn't for everybody, but don't try to fool somebody into believing that you're monogamous.
Right.
Well,
Don't
that's
lie.
what you
Yeah.
want.
Just
That's what I
don't
can't
lie. I
stand.
just want honesty. You know what I mean? Just
Right,
be honest
right.
with
That's
me.
what I mean. Yeah, not you per se. I'm just talking about in general, because I've seen people, they have to feel like they tricked somebody into getting into the relationship with them, knowing good and well they had no intentions of being monogamous. And it's like, okay,
That's
so
why
they
I
have other
say
people who are into polygamy, so why not just get into
Mm.
that?
yes.
Like,
That's
Exactly.
what
don't
I
find
say.
somebody and say, and lie about who you are.
That
Because you
part.
know what?
Living your
Somebody
truth.
once told me, somebody told me one time, they said it's unfortunate that men are taught to lie and women are taught to believe the lie. That's why a lot of this stuff still goes on. You know that man lying. You know he lying. All the way down to his dirty down drawers, you know he lying. And what do? You stay. I could fix it.
Even
I could do this. I could
I
do
know that
that.
I can do
It's
anything.
just different for everybody. It's just
Yeah.
different.
I mean,
yeah,
in general, I think I tend to be a little too trusting sometimes because I take people at their word, because I expect them to be how I am. Like, I'm not going to bother lying to somebody and saying this is what I believe, this is how I feel. And
I
that's
used
not
to,
how I
but I don't
truly am.
anymore.
But yeah, like,
Mm-mm.
look, I know. That's why I say, I'm not as trusting as I used to be now. I'm like, man, fuck all that.
I have
Like,
learned to treat
mm,
people accordingly. What you show me is
Right,
how I'm going to treat you,
right,
and I don't walk into nothing blindly. I will sit back and observe and be like, okay,
right,
this is how we move it. This is how we
exactly.
move. I guarantee you, you're not gonna like it, but I'm be able to sleep at night. So
Pretty
Right.
much.
I'm gonna be able to sleep at night. Yeah, I know that I'm more like that. Like I said, when I was younger, yeah, I was quite green.
I
I'm like,
was too.
okay, somebody tells me
We
that's how
we
they are,
all were.
and I believe you unless you show me right. Until you show me otherwise. Like you say, I'm gonna observe you. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be quiet and just watch it. They like, well, what's going on with you? I don't have
Listen
to say
to me.
anything.
Listen to people's actions and not their
Yeah.
words.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yep.
Right, and
yeah, I already put
definitely
in
and
there.
Lie.
definitely use your cutoff option. People act like
Oh
they
yes.
cannot cut other people off. I don't understand that.
Right.
You
Yep.
know,
It's one of my professions.
I take everything at face value. As soon as you show me another side to your face I don't like, I cut you
Yep.
off. There you go. That's it.
Yep.
I don't
Treat
have
them
we
accordingly.
we don't have
Mhm.
to argue. We don't have to fight.
Hmm.
We don't have none of that. All right. You go
Exactly.
your way. I go mine. Love,
Yeah.
peace, and hair grease. That's it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Mhm.
that's it. You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid of cutting nobody off.
Hell no. I say I block people in real life. Shit.
Exactly.
I'm a block on Facebook right now. What y'all talking about? What is
That's your mama block.
My black
What did Mama do?
like, you block everybody
Damn.
but
my
me.
mama a Libra? She a damn Libra. That's what she
Yep.
is.
See?
See,
No,
that's the
no.
problem.
I
We're not gonna stand for that.
understand. Yeah.
Unblock Mama right now.
No, 'cause when I
Now,
unblock
now
her,
keep
she
on
show her
blocking.
ass. I gotta reblock. Now I talk to my mom throughout the week on the phone, but my mom, she is chaos incarnate. I can't deal with it. I can't
Uh-oh.
do it.
No,
I
no, it's you.
understand.
It's you because cancers
Mm-mm,
are crazy.
It's,
mm-mm. We are not
sorry.
crazy.
Mm-mm.
Cancers are
We can
certified.
be.
That's all
We
Libras. I'm
can
sorry.
be. We can
Hey,
be.
hey, there'll be no
But
Libra slander here. Y'all know
it's
better.
like, see,
Y'all the
cancers are the
spy.
mother sign. Your mother's gonna give you. Your mother's gonna give you a chance. But when y'all show your ass, then your mama gonna act up. And sometimes y'all don't listen to your mama is throwing the shoe at you. That's when cancers get crazy. You gotta throw that shoe at you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you gonna see the crazy side. That's your fault though.
Mhm.
Cause we
Nah,
was
nah,
chilling.
nah, 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 nah. Cancers,
I was over there
cancers
drinking
are
my
the one.
water.
Cancers are the ones hitting folks with cars.
Oh.
I can believe it. But here's the thing. I promise you, and I can't see nobody else. I promise you, I move like my peace is like I tell people,
Girl, you
you're not
better
competing
say
with
it.
nobody else. You ain't
Hmm.
competing with no money. You competing with my peace. And the
There
moment you
you go.
disrupt that, it's gonna
Hmm.
be hell hard. I promise you. So it take for me. For me, I will sit back and I would absorb only so much. But once I can't take no more, then you finna catch. You finna catch it. Like, but I don't start it. But I'm
Right.
gonna step up to the plate when it's time to. So I don't. I mean, do with that what you want. I ain't
Hmm.
gonna deny I can be crazy, but it's usually something that has occurred that got me to that point to where I'm back in the corner and now I'm coming out swinging. So
Right.
yeah,
He said,
Right.
right.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
She's triggered now.
You understand?
All the cancers that I have come across,
Mhm.
they have been certifiable. I
Yeah,
mean,
we are.
yeah, certifiable.
We
Just
no, no.
And you can
We
believe it
will
though.
love you
You
to
can
death, but
believe
I'm telling you, you cross
yeah,
us,
yeah.
that's your ass. But again, keyword, you cross us. How about don't cross us?
How
Get the
about
crazy in
don't
the
be crazy
bank.
and don't imagine people crossing you? How about
Not
that?
don't imagine.
How about that? Hear
And
me
you
out.
know what?
I mean,
No. I'm
that could
glad
work.
he said that. I'm glad he said that because that goes back to the earlier conversation when somebody asked, "Why do you like?" What was the question? Why do y'all? I can't remember what it is.
Something about
Like,
arguing, bringing up points of arguing or something.
yeah, because me personally, I'm learning this. I'm learning. I learn every day. when I used to fight with my husband, he couldn't tell me nothing, and nothing would get resolved. But as I grown, I had to learn. Yeah, I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I'm emotional, but okay, knowing that gonna do what if I don't check that? Knowing that gonna do what if I don't shut up and sit down for a moment and digest what's going on before I just regurgitate? Like I'm having to learn to look at the situation as a whole and not just from how I'm feeling, but okay, how is he feeling? Or are we arguing and saying the same shit and just not hearing each other? Like that's something I'm learning to do. So I
Yeah.
hear you, and like I said, I admit I can be crazy, but I'm working on it. But usually it's provoked. But even when it's provoked, sometimes I'll see it one way. No, for real. Sometimes when I feel like I'm provoked, it's because I'm seeing it one way. But when I sit down and digest and go through the situation and see what happened, then yeah, I can approach it differently. But it's a learning process. But not everybody's there, and I'm still learning. So again, do
Mm.
with that what you will.
Well, salute to you for admitting that you do have a touch of madness.
Yeah, her ass is
Take
I'm
crazy.
it
rushing
there.
you.
Nah,
Promise you, I come in peace, but I'm also with the shits, and that's the best I can tell you.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't take me there. You know what I'm saying? I try to understand. I'll try to I'll try to remove my feelings out of the situation and really look at it from a realistic, like, am I really tripping? But if I'm not tripping and it's you tripping, we got a problem. So
mhm. Well,
yeah.
now it is
Yeah.
time for the word of the day, and the word of the day is
Wildin'.
Just playing.
because that's what you be
Do
doing.
that. Don't do
This.
that.
Oh,
Don't do that. I come in peace, I swear I do. I will
Right.
cuss you out.
Uh-huh.
I say this. I will cuss you out and still invite you to the barbecue because I
yeah.
love you.
Y'all
It's
excuse
just,
me for a moment.
sometimes
Let
you
me go take my dog out because I got to do battle with these raccoons.
Oh no, you battling raccoons?
Yeah, I told you two of them tried to attack me and the dog yesterday. Hell no, I got to go outside with my knife in my hand. What kind of shit is that?
you better
Ooh.
get you a gun. The raccoons ain't scared of no knife.
What
Or
in
the
the
police.
Daniel
Hey,
boom is going
hey,
on
I'm
around
taking
your way?
Satan with me. We're gonna do battle. I think. Hey, I got a machete too. If they want some of that, they get some. So
Get you
I'm
some
just taking
Doritos.
walking outside
Uh,
with the
Peter, the folks at Peter, please don't knock the show. Uh,
I'm just taking camera and the mic off right
she's
quick,
not
but I'm
talking
gonna
about actual raccoons. She's
hey,
talking.
shit. Oh, shit, I'm about to say, nah, we talking real raccoons.
Real raccoons.
Hey, I stay in the forest out here. Shoot, you got possums, snakes, and everything else. We got to do battle when we go outside, especially at
Listen,
night.
I get it because what was that? 2 days ago, I was sitting out back and I watched a black cat, a possum, and a raccoon all stare each other down
Oh wow.
while I was sipping on a glass of wine. I'm like, "Oh, is they gonna fight?"
Oh, hey, I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised.
My money is
But
on the black cat.
everybody
Hey,
calmed
shit,
down and
my
went their
money on that
separate
damn
ways.
raccoon. This
Mhm.
thing was crazy. Look at this.
They wild. Yeah, my
Yeah,
whole
they
backyard is
are.
forest.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
See,
what
well,
the way they came with me yesterday.
animals be,
Yeah, they sure do. Guess what? I'm crazy though. So hey, like I said, we can do better.
You
I'm
see
about
he
to
ain't reading
walk
that
out there.
comment down there. I agree.
what? Oh, I was about to read the comment.
This is not crazy.
Wait a
Oh,
Uh,
minute
that's
now.
my
Cancers are
Libra.
not crazy. Lion Libras are crazy.
Fact.
Really? It,
y'all
it,
is really into these signs, ain't y'all?
Libras
Y'all
don't
are
mean
like
nothing
supposed to
to
be balanced, but
nobody.
y'all unbalanced like a mug. Like I don't get
We are all about
Oh,
balance.
Jacquees.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I'm
it.
gonna stay in my little Aquarius corner and mind my business.
And I knew you was an Aquarius. I
I'm
did that at
that.
the beginning of this phone call, but
I'm
I'm gonna stay in
Oh,
my Virgo lane over here.
See, Virgos believe that they're always right. It don't matter what they it's all
Nah, because now I'm curious. What gave me away as an Aquarius?
I
your
knew it. I
personality.
had already. I just knew it.
because she's always right.
Nope,
I'm
I
No,
not
just knew
always.
it. I'm
it's her
telling you.
personality. She has that. Don't fuck with me, and don't tell me what to do, and just her
I can't
personality.
even.
Just
I can't
right.
even tell you what topic it was, but it
Yeah,
told me right away.
that she's an Aquarius. Yeah, I
Yes,
got the vibes from them too. Mhm.
That's wild. I know they say we're the no heart having
that's what
zodiac
you
sign.
know. What it wasn't that. It wasn't that, but it was something more. It was something with. God, what one of those first topics we was talking about, and it just spoke all about you.
That's
All
wild.
about you was in
Yep.
there.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
And
I'll
I
take it.
actually meant to say it. I actually meant to
Mhm.
say that are you an Aquarius? But then yeah,
Mhm.
look,
And I'm a January, not a February, because them
yeah, they're very
February fuckers,
different, baby. Very
baby,
different.
listen. My
Very.
ex-husband was born on Valentine's Day.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, them February ones. The February man.
See, my,
My
my
ex
mom is an
husband is
Aquarius.
February.
My mom is an
No
Aquarius.
comments. No
She and
comments.
Michael Jordan share the same birthday.
No,
No
Never.
comment on the February ones. No comment.
baby, listen.
I was married to
Mm.
one for 23 years.
They need medication. They need medication. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just say it.
That motherfucker need a hug. I'm sorry.
They need
Yeah,
help.
they need help. February Aquarius men need meds.
Need some
Period. I
serious
said
help.
what I said. They need help.
Oh wow,
I ain't
Hmm
say.
wow,
Hey.
They're very emotionally unstable. No cap.
Oh,
Hmm
no
interesting.
comment.
hmm
Yeah, see that this comment is actually for you, Miss J. Come in peace. Leave them in pieces.
See,
This
again, you're missing the part. I
Look how
come
she
in
did
peace.
that.
I
She,
come in
she
peace,
was ready to
right?
go
But
in.
if you disrupt my peace, you're gonna be left in pieces. That's it. Listen, I love everybody. As hard as I pretend to be, because I'm a cancer, and outer shell, I am a sensitive thug, as they say.
A sensitive thug. Lord have
I come
mercy.
in peace. I love everybody. But at the same time, call it what you want. At the same time, I ain't never been no punk. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going. And then also, I'm naturally protective, and most cancers are naturally protective of their friends and their families. But I had to become protective of me. So you're
Hmm
not gonna again come in peace or leave in pieces. It's as simple as that. And I think
mm,
that should be everybody's philosophy. I think you should protect yourself above all else. I don't think it should just
hmm
apply to cancers. Don't let nobody play with you.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Like, for what?
'Cause I ain't going. Don't
Ain't
do
going
me.
for it. So yeah, call it what you want.
hmm
Mm-mm.
and see, Lashana Maddox has just been she been wilding too with these comments. Uh, you
Don't
know,
do her.
yeah, she been
Don't
wilding.
do her.
We're gonna have to get you on the show next week. We have to get you on the show. Since you got so much to
See,
say, Miss Maddox.
see.
See, I'm old school. I bring the crowd in. I bring them off the sidelines. So, you rapping, you're gonna have to come on to the show too. Um, this is actually her comment, right? I'm very understanding and come in peace too. I can be with the shit sometimes when provoked. Y'all know
That's
that.
all. Listen, that is a
That's
cancer's
it.
model.
I tell people all the time, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Because I was
Please.
good over here. She came over here bothering me.
Yeah. Listen, I had to tell a girl one time you got punched in the face because your face was in mine. What are we doing here? Like, just leave me alone.
I mean,
Just
well,
that's all I
that
ask.
should be expected. If you have your face in someone else's face unwarranted, then you should expect
You should get punched in your face.
there should be hands and feet distribution. There should
Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody is tough until they get punched in the face.
isn't Mike an Aquarius? Isn't Mike Tyson an Aquarius?
My
Somebody please Google that.
I'm good. And I think
my
he's a cancer.
my
Oh well,
Libra
That's
niece
what you. I
punched
don't know.
someone in the face because she didn't like their face. My
Mm-mm.
Libra
Mike
niece.
Tyson is a cancer.
sometimes humans can learn a thing or two from animals. Indeed. Uh,
Did you hear that?
yeah,
Did you hear that?
oh yeah. I do have an animal in my home. You know,
And you
No,
don't listen to him.
I listen to him all the time.
No, you don't.
Robbie said you don't listen to the cat.
I do. I listen
He
to him all the
do.
time. I can't help but listen to
Tell
him.
me, come on,
I'm the only one he
tell.
talks to.
Kelly is
Mm.
a smart man.
I
He
was talking
said,
about the Mike Tyson's birthday question.
Okay, what did you what is?
What was it?
said he's
He's
a
a Cancer.
cancer.
Oh, he's a can't. Well, that explains a whole lot. That explains a lot.
All
But think
right.
about
Well,
it. Think
Robbie,
about
next
every
question.
time we talk about Mike Tyson in an altercation, he be minding his black ass business, and somebody come bother him, and then get knocked out. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Leave us alone.
all
If
I'm
you're not gonna
saying.
love us, leave us alone.
I mean, shout out to Mike. Shout out to Mike. You know
I
what I
love
mean?
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
shout
next
out
I
to Mike.
love the growth that
is
man has shown over the years. I love him.
Yes. I love the growth even in the man's speech.
Oh my gosh.
See, now why you gotta go there?
Because I didn't used to be able to understand what he was saying. Now I can understand
oh,
what he is saying.
You petty ass Aquarius.
That's messed up. Robbie, can we get the next question, please?
I'm just saying.
the question is, do you understand the meaning of peace? When a man says, "All I want is peace,"
Yes.
That's different for different people.
Thank you.
Right. It's according to that individual. Now, I will say this. I don't like when women say, well, or women ask men, what do you want? And the man says, peace. And then the woman turns around and say, no, you don't.
Yeah.
yeah, because that's something else that the guy ended up saying too. He was like, "Why, if you say you understand it, why do you continue to try and talk and talk and talk instead of letting them just have a little peace in that moment?"
Right. So you have to ask him, okay, babe, or whatever the situation may be, what is your peace? What does that require? You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean to you? I have to gain understanding of what it is that I'm supposed to be giving to you
Yeah.
because peace for you may not be peace for me.
Yeah.
Don't
So
even say I need peace. Just tell her exactly what it is you
tell
need.
her what you want. Tell her what you need.
Give
Exactly.
me some space. Give me some time. Something.
Listen, you need me to shut the fuck up and make you a sandwich. Just say that.
Say that.
That's
Some people
it.
can
Say
handle
that.
that
It's
though.
so that's so fucking simple. Say that.
Just say
Like
it.
I don't know if
People
y'all
can
noticed, but
handle
when I'm
that
talking,
though.
I always start with can we I mean, can we be adults? That means
Mm-hmm.
just say it. Communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, you might say something that might hurt my feelings, but I'd rather hear it and digest it and move accordingly than to assume something. Like just say it. We grown. We paying tuitions in some cases. We grown. Just say it.
Hmm.
That's it.
Try to
That's
guess.
it. Just say what you want. Say what you need. That's it. That's all. Now, if I drop the ball, that's a whole totally different situation.
Sure is.
But if you express to me, what it is, what you need, what you're looking for, and I'm giving that to you, then it's all good in the hood, as we used to say.
And also in saying that, and I had to learn this because I had to tell my ex what I wanted from him, and he tried, but he wasn't hitting the mark, and I used to get so mad. But also, I had to understand that he doing the best he can. So give grace
Grace.
sometimes. Don't give it where it's not deserved, but learn to give grace. You know what I'm saying? Like people are at the end of the day, we're humans. We ain't gonna get it right. I can't
Mm.
read your mind. All I can do is act to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. If you
Yeah.
trying to be here, work with me. If
Yep.
That's
not,
it.
The next question is, what's more important, feeling loved or feeling appreciated?
Ooh, who wants to
hmm,
take this one?
Hold on. Can you repeat that again?
What's more important to you, feeling loved or feeling appreciated?
neither.
Both.
No.
Both.
For me, I'll go
Shit.
first. I'll answer it because
Hmm.
I would say I can't have one without the other. You can't tell me you love me, you don't appreciate me, and you can't say you appreciate me and don't love me. For me, they go both hand in hand.
It's
Yep.
balance.
Yes, it
Yep.
has to be for me.
It starts with respect for me.
Thank you.
Where's she going?
Oh no.
She gonna
That's
go
that.
do
That's
a
that.
Jerry
That's that.
Springer,
That's that.
Right.
jump off the stage
That's
and
that
run.
cancer shit.
Look,
Oh, they said
Down,
that you
down the
they said
damn
that you went and did
table.
a Maury.
Mm-mm-mm. It does. It just starts with respect for me because if you respect me, everything else comes behind that.
say that.
I mean,
It's as simple as that.
it's just that to me. That's just to TT.
No,
Not saying that.
it's to
Yeah,
other. It's,
yeah. Hmm. Cause you
For
can
your
love, you can say
baby.
you love me all day long and still treat me like shit.
Mm, ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
You can say, baby, I really appreciate you making me that bomb ass sandwich and then go stick your dick in the next bitch.
Mm.
But if you
Free.
respect me first, 9 times out of 10, you won't do those things to me.
Thank you.
Hmm.
She said what need to be said. So,
Or maybe he doesn't do it on that day. Maybe he
Oh
goes and
Lord.
don't do
oh,
Where's
that.
the cat? Don't get the cat. Don't get the cat. Where's Belly at?
Behind McDonald's or behind Wendy.
Wendy, right?
I'm trying to tell y'all,
At
get
Cause
McDonald's.
your
get you
cat
that
didn't
four for
tell you to
four.
say that.
Get you that four for four. Slide on to the. Anyway,
Mm.
we'll rap about that, fellas. I'll tell y'all. Anyway,
I'm so done with you.
She said what need to be said.
You say she's back. All right, she
all
back.
right. So the
Oh, she
raccoons
made it.
they did not prevail.
Gee, you thought I was playing. I had a machete out there with me. That Nina, stop. And see, here she goes.
Shout out
All
to Nina.
125 pounds of
Hi, Nina.
her.
Okay.
There she is.
I know where he's going with this next question, but I'm gonna ask it like how he said it, but I'm gonna say what I think he means. He was like, "Why don't y'all tell your homegirls to take that shit off?" I'm thinking he's meaning like if she's overdoing it in the makeup or in the clothes department. Do you
Who
check
don't tell them?
those?
Cause I tell mine. Who don't? Cause
I,
I asked my friend, bitch, did the mirror lie to you? Cause if it did, I'm your friend. Take that
that's the
off.
curious thing. You know, I told you I knew it. Her personality
Take that off.
figured it out.
Cause I love you. That's why.
Again.
Mm-mm.
uh,
So
I
so
don't do. I don't do that. I
Out the
don't do that.
door. Why we here?
Hmm.
yeah, I'm telling my people too.
Yeah. If you ain't listen,
That
you
ain't
got
it.
that dress on and you need a shaper on. I'ma say something. Don't. I can't. Mm-mm.
Sometimes it don't always come out in a nice way. I'll be like, "You got dressed in the dark or something? What happened?" Like,
No, we just
come on.
straight up said that ain't it. That's not gonna do it.
That
Yeah.
yeah. That. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And we
That
going
ain't
out
it.
together. Cause see, my
Can't
thing is
no
we
girl
got to
do
be the
that.
we got to be the put together group when we go somewhere. We
Exactly.
can't have one. Come on now. Mm-mm.
I don't have them problems with you.
Yeah, you can't go
You.
behind me looking at. I'm not about that life.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay,
here she
what?
goes.
Nah.
You can pick up the squeakiest toy you got. Ma'am, hold on.
she wants to make an appearance too. She wants to say what's up.
I mean, yeah, put on the camera.
I mean, she might be better. She might be better at answering questions than you are.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna do my twin, okay? Leave my damn twin alone, okay? Shoot.
Listen
That
here.
is too
Well, see,
funny.
there you go.
See,
uh,
see,
go play
Robbie.
with them
Now you're
Department toys. Thank you.
Excuse me. I stick to Pisces, okay? We stick together, okay?
Mm.
Thank you. Appreciate the twin.
Got you. I got you.
all right,
Next question.
next question. Yes.
Why do women desensitize themselves with toys and then expect a miracle from men?
Wait, what?
I don't know
Tonight?
nothing about that.
That does not. I don't. I want to know who put that lie out there. Cause I have a plethora of toys. I like
Let me tell
toys.
you something.
Like
That thing
girls
ain't never
together.
broke.
I'm gonna say this.
Oh,
Now, the
Ain't nothing
person that
taken
said
away
those, that's a
for
fib.
me.
Okay?
Hmm,
It's a fib. It's a fib.
That's not true. It's not
it's
That is
not
true.
not
true,
true.
fellas. Stop telling yourselves that. If the dick is trash, the dick is trash.
Just say that.
Period.
Don't blame the toy.
Stop it.
ma'am. You
Stop it.
see?
Cut it
And
out.
while we're on the
Contaminated children.
subject, stop being
You just
afraid to
put
use
back up.
toys. I never got that. Why are you afraid to enhance the experience in the
Right.
bedroom?
I
Ain't,
mean,
ain't no toy replacing y'all. Stop it.
Thank you. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
if you're not hitting the spot, I can help you out. I sell stuff to help in that department. I'm just saying. Just saying.
All I'm saying to you fellas is this, man. Y'all gotta slow down on the Hennessy. You gotta slow down
Oh.
on that.
I mean, if they help you. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Leave the gas station
ice.
pills alone.
yeah, yeah. Just go ahead and get you some maca. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get you some maca.
Hmm.
Get you some horny goat weed. You know what I mean? Start eating those watermelon seeds. And you know what I mean? Do some squats. Squats are not just for ladies.
Hmm.
Do the squats. You know what I mean? Do the lunges. You know what I'm saying? Um, and you'll be all right. You'll be a stand up guy. You'll be a stand up guy.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah, I
What
just
you
feel like a lot. I just honestly, I just feel like a lot of men haven't been told the truth when it comes to their sex game.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, I'm not the one that's gonna lie to you. If
I'm
your
not
head is
either.
trash, if your head is trash, I'm making you get up. If your
Well, I'm
sex is
teaching you,
trash,
but
I'm making you get up because I'm
shoot,
not the
I
one and I'm
like
not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was not good for me.
I'm not
It
going.
probably was for
Not,
you. But
mm-mm.
none of the people are truthful in this area to say,
say,
hey,
Oh,
listen, that didn't do it for me. I am
say,
truthful in that area. I'm not the one to
like,
be, oh, I'm going to fake an orgasm.
Hell
Oh,
no.
bitch, I know you lying. I'm
I hope
43
not.
years old. I can make
Not that.
myself have an orgasm. I really don't
hey.
need you. But let me tell you something. You you got to tell these people the truth. It's
Exactly.
too many men out here thinking they knocking out walls and all that.
Hmm.
Boy,
Ain't doing
bye.
shit. Ain't doing shit.
Ain't doing nothing. It's like, come on, it's like feeding a tic tac to a whale half the time. Like, get out of here. What are you
Oh,
talking about?
Yeah, tic tac to a whale. I'm good.
you
Hey,
ain't lying. You ain't
hey,
lying.
Robbie, we got Miss Danny
I
girl.
seen her. I seen her. I was like, oh
Hey, Danny
Lord,
girl.
here comes
Danny
trouble.
girl, 28 girl. She is back now. Now, if you watched the program last week, she came through with all the salacious questions and
Yeah.
and all that. You know what I mean? So she's back. She wants to know what the topic is. The topic is the same as it was last week, except for now it's the women answering the burning questions. So, yeah, they've been doing their thing. They've been holding it down quite well. We've had some questionable questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had some shit that, like, really, you really asked that, you probably are single, and
Oh,
you
Or I
and you're
know
gonna
why you single.
yeah, and you're gonna be single a long time. But yeah, that's what's going on. But yeah, thank you for showing up, Miss Danny girl. I have to know who it is you are, because you good people, but you be wilding. So
I'm
you know
Uh-huh.
starting to hate that erase board.
The next
oh
question
yeah, oh yeah.
is,
Well, see, she had started already. She said shit. He gonna learn. He gonna stay down there. Okay, so she teaching him.
thank you. Teach him. Y'all, listen. Stop having bad sex, people.
for
Shit.
real. Hmm.
Say something.
But can I say something though? I'm play
Mhm.
devil's advocate. Y'all know I got to play devil's advocate.
Mhm.
well, go ahead.
Y'all know that sometimes the sex is bad because he's not really that into you.
True.
You say that.
Again, say that.
But see,
Hmm.
here's the
Say
thing.
that.
Here's the
Go
thing.
right
But
there.
but here's
Go.
that.
So
Here's
why you trying to do me then?
because
For
he's
Exactly.
real.
because he's more worried about getting that release. That's why he go ahead, get his thing off or whatever, and then that's when he go
Listen,
ahead and be
Go
like,
get
all right, I'm
that
out.
it's
Vaseline
social
and
science.
Jergens.
Stop
That's
wasting
what
both.
they got Jergens for and
They got
That's
Vaseline.
what you have
Jergens.
for.
They
I
got
get
Give us
it.
clear
couple
I
pieces
pills.
and
get
leave
it.
us
They
I
alone.
got
get it.
Buy
Vaseline.
a toy. How about that?
I mean, but
They
again,
Vaseline. Tell me.
hey,
they got Navy
Marvin and
SEAL.
Tammy said
I'm
ain't
just
nothing but the
saying.
real thing.
They got
So
No,
Astroglide.
because they got real
They
nice
got
pocket
Vaseline.
pussies. Not the ones they used to get in making jail. Like they got
Olive
top
oil.
grade pocket pussies. You ain't got to be out here getting no twat that you don't want.
Right.
You could get a sleeve. It feels just like being inside. I mean, it got many things. You
hey,
don't have to
see,
go
now y'all
private
getting too
place.
advanced for me. I don't know about all this stuff.
But you're
I
gonna
don't, I
learn
don't know about
today. How
all
about
this.
that? You're gonna
This
Uh
learn.
all.
oh. You gonna
Today.
learn
We talk
today.
about teaching. We trying to learn you
Exactly.
something.
Yeah.
Say something.
Learn
Say
I don't know
something.
about all this. You know,
It's too many options out here to be having bad sex.
Thank
It
you.
exactly.
is.
Say something.
Too many things to
At
help
I
get
give
at
you a
better.
our
whole list of
age,
lubricants.
come on now.
Hmm.
We are too old. We too old.
Hmm.
Thank you. No time for that.
You
Shit.
right.
Make my belly. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, see, she getting it in already. She said she
I
let him
know.
know how to.
Okay,
All right, she letting him know.
All right,
I'm
so
sure you are.
I, here's the thing: if you're with someone and you truly want to be with that person and invest in them,
you
tell
can
them.
tell them,
I
yeah.
don't make
right.
no sense in having bad sex. If they
Well, that's
Hmm.
it.
and if they're not receptive, then okay, keep pushing. But
Keep
it
it
don't
pushing.
be having bad sex.
Yep.
Mhm.
It
Right.
come back to lack of, well, not good communication. It's just like, it
Right.
does come out.
I
You
mean,
know,
it goes back.
hold on now. Somebody better speak up.
It
Yeah, it goes
I'm
back
gonna
to
say something.
communicating.
It
Right.
does.
You got to
It
say
does.
something.
And I do want to say this to the fellas. Sometimes y'all make the women a lot more important than you. And I know y'all not feeling me on that. What I mean is this.
Listen,
Sometimes y'all get with a man who's scared of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in his own head. He's wrapped up in whatever, thinking, I don't know if I could please her. I don't know if I can do this, that, and the third, or whatever. And that manifests itself in a multitude of negative ways. Either he coming too soon, or you know, you know, um, trash, trash dome, all that. Yeah, I mean, just relax. Fellas, just relax. I mean, it's not that deep. Yeah, I mean, again, you
Again, communicate. If we're
Right.
grown, can I cuss? I've been cussing.
Yeah,
If
I'm
we
about to
grown,
say,
exactly.
Right.
my
we
mouth.
grown enough to have conversation. Fellas, communicate.
Thank you.
Communicate.
Hmm.
Say
And have
something.
that conversation before you even start getting down and dirty. Ask the woman what she like. Will you talk about what you like? Because not every woman and not every man is gonna like the same
All the
thing.
same.
Some people
Yes.
try to use
Thank
that one
you.
size fit
Exactly.
all thing. You be like, man,
Hmm.
well, my last girl like this. I don't give a damn what your last girl like. I don't like this shit. Keep your fingers out my face. Well,
I
sorry.
like it.
What?
Shit.
What?
I'm
People
just
got
saying.
about it. Shit.
Because I
What?
don't like that shit.
what
That, no.
Keep your fingers up. What?
Right, put your fingers out my snatch. I
Hey,
don't like that shit. That no, put your okay, we leave that alone. But yeah, I
She
don't
said,
like
"Put
that.
your
But
hands on my ass
not
to
everybody
see."
like it. No, no. Half the time
Okay.
y'all ain't washing your hands before you doing all that. I don't know what you put all that up in there.
mm,
Leave that
that's why your
alone.
pH balance off right now. Listen.
Right, thank
Right.
you. That's no.
We
I like my
we
shit to
too
stay
old to be
clean.
playing doctor. Too old to be playing doctor. I'm sorry.
Right. No, you're right though. That's what I said. No.
I have to
Mm-mm.
leave in 10 minutes, you guys,
There.
because I got to work tomorrow.
Oh,
Okay.
it's all good.
So I'll
It's all
just
good.
drop off in 10 minutes.
It's all good.
Okay.
Well, would you like to tell the people where they could find you and whatnot and what you got going on?
They know where to find me.
Well, no, because this is also on YouTube. So not everybody that's on YouTube is actually in the group, even though they should be with their bald headed asses.
Oh, damn.
I don't want to be found.
For real, man. I'm
And,
with her
and
on
you
that.
and
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay to say.
That's
That's
all right.
okay to say.
That's all right.
I get it. That's why my name is what it is on Facebook right now. I get it, baby.
Hmm.
Not everybody
Hmm.
want to be found. Not everybody, I get it, but it's a question that I ask everybody. So it's all love. It's all love. Miss Danny girl, would you like to come on? Would you like to come on the panel?
Don't get quiet now, Danny.
What
Yeah,
you mean?
yeah. Don't get quiet. Come
My
on.
time ain't gonna be
Right.
wasted in the bedroom. Amen.
Come
Preach.
take my spot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all love. You got to go. We'll bring her on. I mean, whatnot. We'll just keep it.
Please.
We'll just keep it rolling. I mean, but I do appreciate you hopping on with this. I mean, it's been really fun. Hopefully, you'll come back and do it again. See, it wasn't that bad of an experience, was it?
No, ladies,
Yeah.
been fun tonight.
Oh, same
Yeah.
The
here.
question's been hilarious, though.
Uh,
They were hella hilarious. Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, see, Danny girl says she can't come. She can't hop on now. She's
Oh, she's
working.
working.
Yeah,
Mm.
she's
Oh,
working. It's all good. Well,
damn that job, girl. No, message.
y'all ready for the next question?
yes.
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 Um, they asked, why does the new guy have to pay for the mistakes of the old guy?
That's immaturity on the woman's part.
They
They
don't.
Right. You got with somebody who was unhealed.
Yeah.
There it is.
Period.
That's it.
The better question is, why are you sticking around? Letting her dump on you like that.
That's true.
If you
Questions
take your
need
goofy
answers.
ass home,
Right.
It is
Yeah.
true. I'm not even
And then
looking
is asking, why is it that when women don't agree with men, they attack their sexuality?
Again,
Immaturity.
thank you.
Immaturity.
Maturity. Yep.
right.
I can't
Thank you.
stand that he's gay stuff. Oh my God, he's eating a glizzy. He's gay. He's eating a
Cause
banana.
you've been
He's
with him all
gay.
this time. How he gay? Stop it.
Right there, right. So you
Right.
felt that way from the beginning.
Right.
Exactly.
Listen,
Stop it.
because I literally had to sit and watch my 21-year-old son cut up a hot dog.
Really?
I
Oh
hate
man.
that.
Let
I
That's
hate
the
how
man eat their hot dogs in peace. Come on,
that's
man.
how that's how effective that has become in
Oh
our
wow.
community. My son cut up. He said, ain't nobody gonna watch me putting a glizzy in my mouth.
yeah.
What? Oh
Mm-mm,
man.
mm-mm.
It's
It's a
terrible.
hot
Here,
dog.
shove the glizzy.
Right.
It's
And
a hot.
shoot, ain't
It's a.
nobody gonna shame me. They gonna stop me from
It's
eating.
a hot dog.
Right.
It's a hot dog.
I ain't even gonna hold
Hey.
you. I mean, I don't, I
It's
don't, I don't eat
terrible.
hot dogs, but
Oh,
like if you see me eating a banana, I break it. I mean, it's an old habit. I mean, I break it.
yeah. Like
I
I
do it
say,
Why?
too.
I
I
see
I
men
eat
do that
ice
all the
cream on a
time.
cone with a spoon in public
Really?
because
Hey,
people
shoot, I can
minds be
see that
going
thing
crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
You eat it
Hey,
with a
they go
spoon,
ahead, they can
Yeah, I eat
admit.
my ice cream cone with a spoon because people
and
go
this
crazy.
and it's me with my
I
ice
do it
cream
my
cone.
way.
okay.
Oh
Yes,
no,
Okay.
I ain't giving them no
I'm
show.
about to say, shit, you want a show? You gonna get one then?
I'm eating my ice cream.
They ain't getting no enjoyment over here.
Shit, if I have some good food, I'm in my own world anyway. I don't care what
Me
anybody
Right.
too. I be in my own zone.
I ain't worried about nobody looking at me eating no
Nope,
food.
Nope.
not at all. Okay, David.
I
That's
mean,
enough
but it
of
is it is wild out here now. I mean, you
That's
got
true.
ladies talking about, oh, girl, he was breathing. That just looks so sus. What the hell else he supposed to do?
Hence,
Did
you
y'all
got
see
girls
that?
out here saying that. You got girls out here doing it. Ain't no real woman got time to be concerned about no.
Thank you.
Prime example.
Listen, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
sis.
I'm gonna say prime example. I told my husband he was beautiful once, and he was like, ain't no man be." We gotta stop that. We gotta
Right.
stop that. Like we got too many battles to fight to be dealing with trivial shit like that. We gotta stop that.
Exactly.
I mean, that
Like
is. I mean, hey, hey, y'all know me. I say I'm pretty all the time. I'm gorgeous.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you like my mama said. My mama said only monkeys are pretty and cute. So no, don't use pretty. Use beautiful.
No,
right,
no.
because we and I don't know where that came from, and I kind of I'll be honest. I laugh when I see those little memes like. Is it gay to look out the window? You know what I'm saying? But in actuality, we need to stop that shit. Like we really do
Yeah,
need
that
to
shit is
stop.
Right.
corny.
Funny though.
There was
It
a
be
video.
funny,
There was
but
a
we need to stop that.
video circulating around where this young girl was like, "I don't like how you blew out your food. Like that's fresh to me. You want this man to put piping hot food in his mouth without blowing it?
Hold on, see, they gotta stop
False.
messing with women like that though.
Stop procreating
Somebody's
with
giving that woman the time of day, and they're giving this crazy woman some attention, and that's why they're doing this stupid stuff. You like, be yourself. Do what you gonna do. If somebody finds it sus, let it, leave them alone. Let it go. Like, cause
That's it.
you know what you do, and you know what you don't do. That's why I've had one guy, I had a cop, lieutenant, gonna walk up to me talking about, yeah, so you gay? Tomorrow you a stud? I said, no. He's like, really? But you're not mad? I said, why would I be mad? I said, I know I'm not. I don't give a damn what you think. But you want
Just
me to
say
mad? He's trying to
anything.
fight you over something like that. I was like, why would I get that well? I'm like, like nothing wrong with me. And listen,
That's
hey,
crazy.
nothing
What,
wrong with
Laurel?
me. Hey, nothing,
Mhm.
no shade to the studs. That's what I said. But
Hey, no
I'm
disrespect
not
to the
gonna take a
alphabet community.
right. Not,
Fine.
not here. Like I said, hey, love is love. I'm all for it. Whatever. That's what I say. I ain't got nothing. Hey, I'm not gonna get upset over something that doesn't apply to me.
Period.
Shoot,
Mm-mm. Period. Mm-mm.
yeah, I'm too grown for that.
Good night, ladies and
Good
gentlemen.
All
Good
right.
Have a
night.
good one.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you
Thanks,
for being with
everybody.
us.
Mm.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Pleasure.
Bye.
I'm about to be next.
I know.
That
Me
was
too. I'm about to say I'm old. I'm usually the bed by
How many
8.
more? How many more questions we got, Robbie?
Uh, a few. Quite a few.
Yeah, because they went in on the page with them
They
questions.
sure
Really?
Yeah,
did.
they did.
Oh, I didn't even see him.
let's go.
It was
All
like
Um,
right.
damn near 80 comments, 80, 90 comments on
Oh,
that thread.
oh,
Damn, they
they
want to know a
said
lot.
oh.
They want to know a
why.
lot, but did they show up to see what the answers was?
I don't
Mm,
know.
Now
mm.
That
that
part.
therein
That
That
lies the
part.
part.
question. And see,
You know that's not gonna happen.
That's why I
them old,
like you.
I know.
see,
We
y'all got
together.
these women answering these questions. I hope y'all showing up.
True.
I hope y'all showing up. Y'all need to be
Mm.
showing up because y'all ask these
That's
questions.
At
true.
least I know one of the brothers who asked the question showed up.
Right. Well, shout
Ask
out to
his
him.
question.
I already,
Right.
well, he has some more
Okay.
questions, but I asked his questions before. He had some more too. But the next question is, why do some women believe sex is a gift? Like they give it for birthdays, holidays, and stuff like that.
Because that's what they were taught.
In
Right.
church. I'm going to refresh my line.
Hmm.
Mm.
Uh,
They should go ahead.
That's
Because
true.
that's what they were taught. That's what they were taught. You
Mhm.
know, you we were brought up to believe that what was in between our legs was enough.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
was
it ain't.
never, I was never taught
No,
that.
ain't.
Right.
It ain't. I'm not saying like personally in your home, but it could
No,
it could have been what we was watching, what we, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying, things that we were reading. It
yeah,
made it seem like we supposed to be way up here because on the strength of we're just girls and we got a pussy and men want it, so we're
mm,
always going to give it and we're going to give it when we want to give it and they're
mhm,
going to
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Mm.
mhm,
No, I thought the same thing when I was married at a young age. I did think that pussy was a gift until my ex-husband was like, "No, the fuck it ain't."
No.
He
That's
like, I get this all the time. He like, I want something new. You know what I mean? Especially his birthday was Valentine's Day.
not anal
It
is a
wasn't
gift.
no, it wasn't it wasn't no wine and dine and give him some coochie. He no, he like, I want a gift. I want a gift, you. You know.
I'm
Danny
always
girl,
been
Wait,
a gift
Danny
giver.
yeah,
girl,
to wrap
28
up.
says that the back door is a gift. Everybody don't qualify.
Shit. No, I'm sorry. That's a gift. Ain't nobody getting. Mm-mm.
And see, that's why I like Daddy girl. She just
Mm-mm.
come
I mean,
through.
she's keeping it a real. For some people, that is a special
Yeah,
occasion.
true. I've heard that.
Hey,
Mhm.
Yeah, that gift would not never give from over
Thank
here.
you. I'm about to say, don't get on me at that Hershey Highway. No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you.
But
Mm,
I
that's what
like
makes it a gift because you got to prepare for it. Anybody that just
Mm-mm.
do anal, just doing it, no, you
Yeah.
can't just. You have to prepare for that.
you do.
It, it just.
That's completely different. You gotta
I'ma
prepare.
just shut the fuck up.
And this is not to be flirtatious. I enjoy it personally. But
Hmm.
fellas, learn how to finesse it. Don't just
Yeah, don't just jam it in there.
hey. See, y'all got to make sure again. You got to qualify these individuals. You know what I mean? Some of these cats, man, been hanging out with Felice Johnson.
Oh man,
y'all been
not
watching too much
please.
Pornhub instead of listening to the person in front of you.
But this is the thing that they don't even know the tricks behind Pornhub. When you see the women getting done anally on Pornhub, they done dush that thing out, cleaned that
Mhm,
thing out, all of that. So this not even real. This is to put on a show for you.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
You
And
haven't you haven't
we
been
in
in
the
the
real
amateur
world
section.
here.
You haven't been in the amateur homemade section of Pornhub, have you? Anyone? Anyone?
I
Just me?
have. I
Oh,
have.
okay.
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
have
gonna
All right.
lie,
to.
shit. I have. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I know it. I know it.
Mm-mm.
Old freaks. I know it.
Hey,
We
What?
grown,
and it's
right?
that character for me, not for me.
Uh,
Mm, I watch.
I, I know that. I know that. I mean, I'm just going. I'm just going piggybacking on what you're saying, TT.
Hmm.
It's in the real world. Not everybody does what they do on Pornhub.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. With online dating, do ladies respond back or lie back or like back, but never really engage in a conversation. Wait, let me read that again. Why with online dating do ladies respond back or like back but never really engage in a conversation? You might
They're
like
waiting
a
on you to
comment,
engage.
huh?
I can't speak on that. So
Right. I'll
A
uh-uh.
lot
speak.
of women are they're waiting for you to engage first because you're the
Yeah.
man.
And sometimes either you start going through his pictures and you saw some stuff, or the profile, you saw some stuff you didn't like. That, and
And
then
you
you
change
have
your mind.
where the guy is saying the same thing to every woman. I had that happen. Me and my friend, we were on a I can't remember dating app, but yeah, the guy popped up. He said the same exact thing to both of us. We looking like, look at this motherfucker right here. Come on now, seriously. And it wasn't very creative. I mean, it wasn't anything even. It wasn't even anything worth having a conversation over. And I'm sorry. Come on now. Nobody wants to hear what you're doing all day. If I tell you I'm at work, I'm working. What else would I be doing? Like, come on
Hmm.
now. Have a, make sure the conversation is something that's engaging, that's gonna
Right.
spark an interest or something, or just ask you if you're asking a question, ask something that's thoughtful. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything extreme, but if you're asking the same thing over and over again, it's like, come on now. Eventually, I'm just gonna ignore you.
Can
Mm.
I say something? I'm not on dating apps, so and not being funny, but I can't speak to that.
Right,
But man, stop that. What you doing?
right. Thank you.
What you doing will get you blocked. If you ask me what I'm doing and it ain't followed up with plans to say what we doing, get out my phone. Why you here?
Right. I
Stop
mean,
that.
It's so
sometimes I'll
child.
entertain it maybe
It's
once or twice, depending on who the guy is.
but it's so childish though. At our big old age, it's childish. And if
Right.
you
It
don't
really
know how to
is.
have a decent conversation as a grown
Yeah.
person, just don't hit me up anymore.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Right.
That's it. Because my the way I communicate may be up here.
Hmm.
You still may be here, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I'm not going to come down here. I'm gonna
I'm not
stay right where I'm at. I'm not coming down here. I'm gonna stay up here.
There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that.
blocked.
And there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. We're just not compatible. You got to
Right.
find you a
Exactly.
woman that's right here. See, a
Right.
lot of people, and to me, from what I've observed in dating, a lot of people want to be up here and they want to date
Hmm.
up here. But baby, you mid. You right here.
Hmm.
Stay right here.
That's
That's
it.
it. You can't
That's
find
it.
what you're looking for because you up here and you supposed to be down here.
Hmm.
Can't even
Stay in
argue
your
with
lane.
that. You're right. Like I said, not every conversation would have to be thought provoking for me, but I mean, come on now.
Try.
And then I can't stand when some of these guys be on there talking about. Like I had one guy sitting there talking about, yeah, I don't have any kids, I don't smoke, blah blah, yakety smackety. In his profile picture, he even has like 7 or 8 kids, and then gonna say, "I love all my kids" with the caption on there. Sir, they got a cigarette in his hand. How you gonna? I'm like, wait a minute. So if I see you out there lying, I'm not even entertaining, and I'm not even gonna bother engaging with you. So
You know
you
what
want
I
to have
can't
that
stand?
conversation by yourself.
I can't stand when a man says, I got a job, my own car, and my own house.
Right.
You want
What are
brownie
you
points
supposed to
for
have?
adults?
Thank you.
You're being an adult.
Right. Well, I had one guy, he tried to get
What?
creative with it, told me, well, I got military benefits. I said, oh, okay, that's nice. Look
Okay,
I
at
mean,
me, sir.
it,
that's
you're
fine.
being you're a functioning adult.
And at the end of the
Thank
You
day,
don't
you.
Say it.
you don't
You
get
supposed to.
brownie
it's
points for
You ain't no
that.
brownie points
And
for
that's
that.
Is this
true.
Come
is
on
this
now.
really what's happening out here in
okay.
these
Yes.
streets?
Yes. What's
Man,
Oh, it's a
wrong
And
with
at
hot
the
mess
us?
end of
out in
the
these
day,
streets.
I
Fellas,
could screenshot a
Oh.
message right now.
Oh,
fellas, I need y'all to stop making this so damn hard. All right, when you
thank
talking
you.
to a woman, all you have to do is because most women like to communicate. They like to be,
Hmm.
they like to, they like to engage, but you have to engage them. Here's how you engage them: ask open-ended questions.
Right.
How you feeling today? She's gonna
mhm.
tell you. She's gonna
That
tell
was
you. Oh well, I was working, blah blah blah, had a headache, blah 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 blah. Blah. Oh really? Okay,
it. Hmm.
and you just go from there. Don't
Right.
start talking all about the moon stars and green clovers and all
And the
this other.
quasars.
Right.
Nah,
Not the queen.
nah.
You know,
And
I
you
have
take a movie in with women, you don't even know them. I can't tell you the number of men who basically be like, you got somewhere to live, you got your own place. Why are you worried about it? Hold on. One guy
See,
talking
that's
about,
bum
yeah, me and
activity
mama
right
can
there.
make good with you.
That's dusty Negro activity.
Right.
that's
Yeah,
It
homosexuality.
is. It
yeah.
is.
We don't
Yeah,
support
they trying to move
homosexuality
in.
now.
And
They
don't
trying
try
to
to
move
make it
in.
sexual before, don't try to rush that. I can't stand that. I mean, if we have chemistry and we vibing, then cool. But yeah, I had guys trying to, on a first date, try to get me to go by the lake and have a daiquiri. We all know it. Okay, well, I don't know if everybody knows, but that basically means he trying to get down and dirty, try to take a trip to Pound. I don't even know you.
Not a lake with a daiquiri.
Yeah, about a lake with a daiquiri. That's like,
Wait a minute.
I
Hold on.
can't
Wait a
tell
minute.
you
Y'all got
never
alligators there.
they naps like that in New Orleans. You like, yeah, you want to go by the lake and grab a daiquiri? No, no.
But
Trying to
y'all
get
have
you there.
gators there. Gators
Huh?
reside in lakes. I'm good on that.
Oh,
Y'all
shit, we
that
got gators out here.
in New Orleans.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right where I
That's
live,
why.
yeah, they got all that stuff. But no, I mean, they have areas where you don't have that, but still, they trying to. That's a prime makeout spot. I mean, let me say, when I first got here, I had no clue.
That's been a prime makeout spot in
Right.
Louisiana. It's
Thank
been
you.
like
What
that.
lake
That
is
ain't
this?
nothing
Hey,
new.
like bunch of train. What's the lake down there?
Right.
Pontchartrain.
And what kind of
Yeah.
daiquiri?
What kind of daiquiri? Listen,
They go to any
I'm
old little
asking
body
for a
of water.
friend.
One dude tried to hit me up talking about going to this little park. Sir, I mean, got a little man. Like, he's talking about, yeah, you want to go over there and chill? I buy the daiquiri. No. I'm like, I don't even know you. Come on now. Ain't
See,
gonna get mad about it. How
see, these cats are.
Oh my God. Him and the sport.
And you're right. You're right. Like I said, I've had enough. I'm like, man, this whole dating experience. I'm good. I just take it like if it happens, cool. If not, I'm still good.
But
It'll be
see,
a-okay.
Men have to start practicing talking to women because
Yeah,
a lot of men are not good at it. Believe it or not, they they are not.
right.
That's why you have some that lead with their accomplishments.
Hmm.
That oh, I got a house, I got a job, blah 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 blah
Hmm.
blah. Because they feel like, okay, well, if I tell her that, she'll just automatically jump in my arms and that'll be her.
Right.
It's a
But
lot of
then you
men
say
out
she
here.
using you.
It's a lot of men out here who are not confident. They don't have no confidence at all. You can always tell because they are always either talking about somebody else, talking about
Mhm.
something else, or talking about some shit that they got.
That's
Don't
true.
talk to me about none of that. That
Right.
is a pet peeve. Don't talk to me about nothing you got. How many this, how many
Thank
that.
you.
I
Don't
don't want
flash
to
your
hear it.
money.
None
Right.
of that.
I agree.
That is
That is
so
a major turn
irritating.
off.
I
Major turn off.
cannot deal with people who just not humble.
Yes,
Like I don't need
Daddy.
to hear all that.
Right. I agree.
And for my hotel brothers, I need y'all to stop, with the grand rising and all that. Man,
Oh,
hey,
hey, Chip, I
Oh,
was
the
like,
grand block party.
I mean, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I don't knock the hustle. I mean, because it's some sisters out there that what I mean, they ain't had a man, reach their viscous innards in a while, and and so
oh,
Reached it. What?
you come along and what I mean and whatnot, and you go ahead and you pick that low hanging fruit, but you have to understand that not everybody is of that mindset. So eventually, y'all gonna have to tighten y'all game up. All that grand rising and queen this and queen that, which there's nothing wrong with saying hey queen, whatnot, but y'all have damaged that, man. Y'all have damaged that. The ladies see you coming.
Overuse it.
mm-hmm.
You know what
They
I
really
mean?
just
They already know. They already know the gig is up. You might as well just go ahead and come on out and say, hey, yo, let's get some daiquiris and go to the lake.
It'll get you further.
Back and daggers go like, yeah.
Get some gators, whatever,
Realness will
whatever.
get you
You know what I
further. The
mean?
realness will get you there.
Oh no.
And then you got the religious zealot brothers.
Oh
They want to get
man.
in your inbox. They want to come preach it to you, man. If y'all don't shut the entire fuck up,
Thank
You do
you.
not, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
You do not know how many times a man has jumped into my inbox and said, God told me you was my wife.
Oh,
Oh.
what?
Oh. Okay.
I said, Why didn't he tell me that?
Thank you. Like, I get that memo.
Was you high when he was talking to you? Because I don't think God told you that. I don't know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't
And Danny, girl, you're right. They gonna say, yeah, leave the money and say you want to call, say you after them for their money. Like,
man?
please, if that's what
Please
you
stop.
leave with.
Somebody
I
inbox.
I said, God did not tell you that because I already told God I
Hmm,
never want to be married again. So I
hmm,
didn't tell you that.
Like I
exactly.
talked to him. He said he didn't say that. So
Right.
It's weird. It's very weird. And you know what else I do? When they jump in my inbox, I nicely ask them, what was the motive behind you jumping in my inbox?
why you here?
Hmm,
Mm-hmm.
Who
Why you
sent
I
here?
like
you? Right.
that.
They
Right.
every single last one of them. I to you not. Oh, I'm just trying to get to know you.
I've had someone. You shouldn't talk to a man like that. I shouldn't ask you what your intentions are. Get out of my inbox. Get down.
Right then and there, hey, yo, you either hey, just come with it. Yo, I liked how them legs was looking in that picture, mama. Hey,
Simple.
just trying to see if I can get close to it. What's good? What's happening?
Honestly, it gets you farther. No
Right.
fan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
like,
Like
I mean,
Next
hey,
question, folks. How can women say that they're so independent but expect men to pay their way always?
I have I am so baffled by that and how many women that they really got out there running around doing that.
Hmm,
Same.
now
I didn't
it is.
I didn't had a job since I was 13.
thank
that
I
you.
don't get it.
Okay? I went and bought my own house. Like I don't who whose objective is just
Where
out
these
there
women
like
at?
come take right.
Where they at? Because
Where they at?
I don't roll with
They
them.
are on social
restricted
media.
by men. They're
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They
there was some. I mean, I don't knock it. Hey,
they're on social
that's
media.
what you're looking
I'm
for.
gonna
That's
speak
what
for
you're doing.
me and
I,
my friends.
yeah,
I'm gonna speak for me and my friends. I can take care of myself.
right.
Truly, truly. Do I want someone to help me out in this life?
Hmm,
Absolutely. But
Mm-hmm.
is
there you
that
go.
if that's your only purpose for being here? Don't be here. Cause I
Mm-hmm.
got
Right,
me. Again,
But yes.
I can maintain my peace. Add to or leave. That's not me saying
exactly.
I want you to financially back me. Because if you decide this ain't what you want to do, guess what? These like Georgia Power still gonna get paid. Like I
Hmm,
don't. Where y'all find these chicks? And then also, the one guy that I did date that was like, I'm gonna take care of you was like, I'm gonna take care of you. I didn't ask for that. Y'all put
right.
that shit out there and then get mad when you're like, okay, well, be a man of your word. Like,
That's
Man.
true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to be without no money and somebody just doing for me.
Hmm,
Absolutely not. Not nan day do I
thank you.
ever want to be where I ain't got my
hey,
own and I ain't got nothing to fall back on. I
Right.
wish I
you can take
would.
care of all
No.
these bills. I'm still gonna get up and
Uh
work.
uh
I can't
Exactly.
I can't
I
relate
feel you
to
on
No,
can't relate to that.
I
I
can't
I
relate
can't.
to it either because I don't know what it's like for a man to pay my way. I
Me
that. Right.
mean,
either.
Me
Yep.
in
neither.
the men in my life, P is the third man outside of my family that has bought me something.
Mm,
Okay, that says a lot.
yeah,
mm-hmm.
that's true.
I
Okay,
mean,
And
my ex took care of me, but
experience.
I also took care of him. And if
Right.
we ain't on that same accord, then why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
He paid all the bills, but I guarantee you, he had 3-ply tissue, he had toothpaste, he never. The most he had to do was go look in the closet. That's it. Like if we ain't doing that, what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-mm.
I don't.
See, but they're not talking about you. They're not talking about y'all.
That's why I
They
said I can't
Well,
relate.
we
I
can't answer
can't
that.
relate.
I
they
They
can't
they
asked that
relate.
question.
they talking about the bad bees. They talking about the BBL
Then
brigade.
they need to ask them bad bees while they in their inboxes.
Right.
I can't compete. I don't.
Hey, put them on the panel.
Put
Bring
them.
them
Hey,
on.
We got a bad bitch in the room.
I'm trying to get some. I'm trying to get some. Hey,
Hey,
if you
get
out
them
there
on this
weaving this
panel
panel in
right
it,
here.
I need you to be on the panel. You know what I mean? And and I'm gonna get some brothers, and we gonna have this conversation. But
that's
Yeah.
on his
definitely
way.
is gonna be the
I,
move.
I really need men and women. I really need men to distinguish women from girls. Stop
Right.
asking women questions about girls' behavior, and women stop asking men questions about boys'
Boy,
behavior.
yeah.
Like we need to
Mm,
learn how to distinguish that. I can't
thank
relate
you.
to that. I don't know what to tell you. Ask the bad bitch box you in.
I can't relate. Sorry.
Well,
But Jay,
a
to that,
whole word.
okay, here's the thing though. All right, playing devil's advocate yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Most
Libra.
men, most men are confused because a lot of y'all tend to stand by the artificial woman.
Woo.
Real women are standing next to the artificial women, and you are confusing the men.
If you
It's
But
take the
see,
time to communicate, to ask the questions, to talk, to articulate, you can easily decipher
Very much
one
so. And
Yep.
from the other. My
yeah,
conversation is totally different from a bad bitch. Trust me.
yeah, that's
If
true.
you take the time and put in the work, you can
Mm-hmm.
distinguish one from the other. I mean,
That's true.
I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but
Mhm.
I can't relate to that. And like I said, if you take the time to get off your ass and put the work in and really have a grown up conversation, you'll realize that in the first conversation with me. I can't relate to that.
right.
Mm-hmm.
A
If we
lot
go,
of
if I'm going to take myself off the market and submit to you or whatever the word is going to be, I what we here for if we ain't helping each other advance? Like, granted, yeah, I would love somebody to come in here and take care of all these bills, but if that person ain't, if I ain't taking care of that person, why he here? What you wasting your time? What you getting out of this? Good
mm,
pussy. Sorry. What you getting out of this? And
right.
and,
No, that's
and
real.
that's how I live. If I can't bring value to your life, just like you can't bring value to my life, we don't need to be in each other's lives.
Period.
I don't know how else to say it.
Mm-mm.
Well, I will say this, folks who don't live in the Atlanta area, if you're really trying to find your mate, I would suggest that you don't bring your ass here. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Come to Loganville. I'm sorry.
Don't do it. Don't
Hey,
do it.
I live in Loganville. Don't come here
Oh,
either.
See?
Don't
Quality.
come
So see,
here.
y'all neighbors, y'all
Oh, we
neighbors.
are?
oh.
Wow.
But
Hey, neighbor.
see, who knew? Small
Hey.
world, small world. I'm saying Atlanta as a whole. I'm
Yeah.
saying, look, just don't
The
bring your ass
chicken
to
in
Georgia.
Atlanta
All
is
right.
slim.
Well, you can bring
Slim.
it. You can go to you can go to Coweta County or something like that or whatever. But in the
Mm-mm.
Atlanta in the surrounding area, don't come here. Don't do it. That
Don't do
ship is
it.
already sailed. It's this place has already been inundated by fake people and all this
Mm-hmm.
other stuff. And ladies, unfortunately, you have to face this reality. There's more of you here than there are men,
But
and
that's what
so therefore, hey, the men are taking advantage of that, or they're attempting to, because a lot of these cats, they don't know how to be players. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, they,
Mm-hmm.
they on some Bill Bellamy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they on some Bill Bellamy. But yeah, that would be my personal advice to anybody. Stay your ass away from Atlanta and the surrounding areas. If you are
Don't do that.
if you're a
We good.
married couple, don't bring your ass here because one of y'all gonna end up cheating.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, damn.
I mean,
Okay, on that note, I'm
somebody
gonna go
somebody
to the
stop me
next
if I'm
one.
wrong. Somebody stop me if I'm wrong.
it
I'm
be
gonna
them
go to
one
the
sided open relationships, Jabby.
I ain't,
uh,
I ain't nothing
Those
to
them that's them pseudo poly joints. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The pseudo.
Oh,
Them
my water
pseudo.
good.
Yeah,
Refreshing.
but those be the cats that be sitting up here talking about Grand Rising and Queen all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm-mm.
I have my one queen. I need more queens, and I am
Mm-hmm.
from Queens. And what? Let me
Block.
look at y'all.
Thank, thank you for making a block button, Jesus. Here you go. Go ahead.
Like,
I,
wow.
I I I just believe if that's the dynamic that they choose to live by and it works for them,
What
it
part of
works.
you?
And for some people it works for them because they're being true to themselves. They're not lying about who they are. They're not lying about their intentions. They're not lying about their motives. They're upfront with what they want. And I can respect that more than the motherfucker trying to trick me
Hmm.
into
Mhm.
being in something that I probably
Exactly.
don't need to be in to begin with.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I respect the community, especially the ones that are thriving and have healthy relationships, because there's so much taboo attached to it. Everybody thinks it's
Mhm.
just this big sexual orgasm thing, and it's not like that. A lot of
Right.
them are building a legacy. They're building a brand for their family and their children. The women are home. They're helping their kids. They're teaching their kids. So everybody's dynamic is different. You know what I
Indeed.
mean? There are some very, very healthy polyamorous relationships. Now you want to be a poly triad and just be fucking each other. Do your thing.
Mhm.
Do your thing. But a lot of them, you don't find a lot of poly triads versus polyamorous marriages and relationships.
True. So the bottom line is, if you're not really about that life, don't
Don't do
don't even don't get off into it. Just go
right.
ahead. Just go ahead and keep squaring up. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do your
Mm-hmm.
thing. And for
Yep.
y'all out there who's out there pump faking, acting like you really about it, you really about that poly and all that, y'all need to stop, because y'all the ones that's giving that game a black eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Men and women, because women try to be slick too.
Mhm.
Women try to be slick too.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know me. I'm the equal opportunity offender. I'm gonna say it like it is. You know what I mean? But y'all just need to come up off the boo boo, as Pimp C would say.
Pretty much.
Now,
Okay. Next question. When do you establish ground rules when you decide to cohabitate with someone that's not the father of your children?
I'm
Hmm? What was the
I don't let
question?
these. Oh,
Do you establish ground rules when you decide to cohabitate with someone that is not the father of your children?
Oh, I can't relate.
I can't relate. I don't even
out.
let people where I live.
I don't let
Mm,
nobody come to my house. This is
girl,
my
I'm
daughter's
just,
as
only.
far as
This
they
is my
know.
child's only safe place. So I don't let nobody come here,
like,
and I don't let nobody meet her until I know this.
That is serious?
It's that serious.
Yep.
So I wouldn't even know.
hmm.
Yeah, I qualify for that one.
I don't live here, so
I wouldn't
I
even
don't
know.
know. I mean, by the sound of some of these questions, some of these brothers have been hurt.
Yeah.
Like, like they watching this program. They got Carl Thomas playing in the background. They
Yeah,
got
Carl.
candles. Their souls on fire.
Mm-mm.
Man.
Mhm.
I
why
ain't
do you
never
mind
brought no
me? We
man to
don't
this
keep.
house. Mm-mm.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
Why do some women set a verbal example for their daughters that their physical example doesn't match?
Huh? I,
What?
Why do some women set a verbal example for their daughters that their physical example doesn't match?
What's their physical
Meaning,
example?
meaning
Basically,
like you're telling
basically,
her like, okay, go out there and get this type of dude, but that's not the type of dude you have there. In that sense,
Can't relate.
Yeah.
Can't
I
relate
mean, I
again.
can't relate to that, but the only thing I can say is, as a parent, we do want our child to have better, and sometimes we don't know what better looks for ourselves or how
Because
to find
we're
better
at
for.
it.
I don't know how to answer that, but
Yeah.
I can say as a parent that you don't want to do as I do, but I don't like you just want your kids to have better, but I don't know how to answer that one.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And
I
I'm
had
and not saying like I ain't tripped or done something stupid, but I don't bring it around my daughter either. So she
yeah,
ain't seeing nothing that I might be doing outside where I done realized, okay, I done made a mistake. Like this wasn't it. She
Right.
ain't seeing that.
No.
I it don't not nothing come around her. Period.
Mm-mm. No.
So
Mine.
she wouldn't know.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
I was having a conversation with my 13-year-old niece, and we were talking about boys, and she was telling me about this boy that likes her, and she was like, he's corny. I was like, why is he corny? I was like, because he has manners. Why is that corny? That's what you're supposed to be going for,
Right.
the man with manners. You don't want no stupid little dude talking about, oh, you a snack? That's what you want?
Right.
She was like,
That's
I said,
true.
what you mean? I was like, what you mean what I mean? I'm like, that's not what you want. You want somebody
Hmm.
with some sense and manners. I
Mhm.
never
Right.
realized like that she saw people with manners as being horny. I'm like, wow,
Hmm.
this generation is interesting. Like,
yeah, scary out here.
yeah,
No.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
Not
yes.
knowing that I got a girl up in here, yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I
Mm-mm.
just can't. Mm-mm.
I'm not doing it.
mm-mm.
Nope.
All right, next question.
Why do some women allow a man to take them for granted when they know that they deserve better?
Low self esteem.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm thinking the same thing.
yep.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of women that suffer from a piece of man is better than no man syndrome.
Mhm.
Whew.
That's
Mm-hmm.
true. That's true. Sometimes by
I had
example,
a
that's
bout
what
with
they
it.
saw growing up.
Mm-hmm.
They come to think that's the norm.
Yep.
The
Yep.
man is supposed to treat you like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I know someone like that right now.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you typically not listen to guy friends when they try to warn you about certain men?
Because some of them have an ulterior motive. I can speak from example.
Because they think
Facts.
look,
Like, yeah, because they want you for themselves. I've had guy friends do that,
Yep.
Yep.
trying to mislead you. You're like, come on now. And it comes out, like they said, it all comes out in the wash. Nina, why you going to wait till that? Ma'am, uh, excuse me. I'm on the phone.
She's telling us her perspective. She has guy
Exactly.
friends. Well,
She has no business knowing. She is not going. Nope. Her little boyfriend, he got to go too. No, told her ain't gonna be no humping around here. Well, okay, we're gonna leave that alone. You're not gonna be humping around here. No,
hater,
ma'am.
I'm
hater.
speaking to
No,
it.
I sure am.
See,
Why?
Yeah, yep. But yeah, I've had some guy friends, they purposely try to steer me wrong with the advice, thinking they'll have a shot, but they're telling you one thing and the whole time, they figuring, oh, okay, well, if I mess it up with the guy she really likes, then, I might have a chance because she gonna come cry on my shoulder and all this kind of stuff. Nah,
Right around you.
right.
I've said this several times on this. My circle, my guy friends,
Mm-hmm.
I trust that I can listen to them. If I can't trust that I can listen to you, if I
Right.
can't trust that your motives for me are strictly of the best, why you around me?
Right.
mm,
Yeah, I've had to get rid of them for that
And as
reason.
women, we have enough discernment, intuition, whatever you want to call it, to call a spade
Mm-hmm.
a spade. Why is
Yep.
he around?
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
well,
mhm.
I would like to go on the record as saying this, and I have a video on the channel about this particular subject. Robbie, you know what I'm about to say.
Oh God. Just speak your mind. Go ahead.
The friend zone doesn't exist.
It does.
It does not.
It does. I have another friend I've had for 20 plus years. It does. And I argue
Oh.
that.
No. Let me
Yes.
ask you this. Let
Why
me
did you
ask you
say
this
that?
question, Jay.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
When you met that gentleman, how
Mm-hmm.
did y'all meet?
One in college, one through a
No, no, no,
friend.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
you asked me how do we meet.
No.
There
Okay.
was no sex on the table. I let him know off the bat it wasn't going there. One of them I grew up with. I met the day that I moved to Atlanta, and they stayed across the street from me. It ain't gonna happen. I literally delivered one of their babies. It ain't gonna happen. So I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but also I live it. When I divorced my husband,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to stay with a friend, and it was no come stay with me. I'm gonna feel on you. It was none of that. It was like Gigi, I need you here at peace until you figure out what you're gonna do. Like
The
they
advancements were never
exist.
there. The
They
advancements were never there
never
between
there.
And
me
that's
They
and any of
exist.
that's
It's
mine.
rare. It's rare.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly rare, but they exist. Like
Yeah, they do.
I have a male best friend since I was in the first grade. Okay.
20
And
plus years.
we've never kissed, we've never crossed those lines. But mind you, every girl he's ever been with has never liked me simply because we're that close and they feel that something else has to be going on. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, no,
Mm-hmm.
we're just friends.
But I mean, even just initially meeting and initially conversating, the advancement has never been there. Like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
it's not even something like we've even discussed or even thought about.
Mhm.
But the friendship developed from there, and it stayed there.
Yep.
You know, and I have a couple of exactly the same way, and they're genuine friends.
Yep.
Right.
No man has approached a woman seeking friendship. Now, you may have come in contact with him, and by however you came in contact with him, but you let it be known that, hey, I'm not interested in you like that. So at that particular moment, he had a choice to make. Hmm. I'm either gonna stick around and see if she'll eventually break, or I'm gonna move on. Now, if as the years go by, he began to mask that, that desire. Like, all right, well,
They don't
it
want
ain't
me.
it ain't happened now.
You don't
So,
want me.
you
No.
know,
Call me.
all right. I mean, we cool, whatever, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And, then the next thing you know, the years and pile up or whatever, and you got somebody in your life that's been there for 30 plus years or whatever. Oh, yeah, that's like my brother. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not saying that, hey, hey,
Right.
I
not
I
get
every, not
what
mean,
you're
everything follows not everything follows a
right.
specific formula,
In some
but
cases,
however,
yes, too.
but however, for the most part, things stay true to what they are. I mean, if there was a mouse in this room, my cat would be running around here chasing it. Now, some
you
cats may
got.
actually just look at the mouse.
Now, while I agree with you, I'm sorry. You got to give our fellas a little bit. I ain't gonna say it's a bunch of them out there, but there's a few
Right.
out there that have genuine intentions, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give them credit where credit is due.
that's true. I agree
They,
because I've had some really
I
great
hear
male
you,
friends,
and I
and
agree with you because I've had some
right.
friends that as soon as I announced my divorce, they was like, "Hey, so yo, what's poppin'?" You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
but I would be remiss to not, as you say, give them their flowers for being the friends that they have been to
Right.
me.
Mhm.
Yep,
well,
I've
if
had some damn good male friends, who they weren't feeling me like that, and I wasn't feeling them like that. It
see,
was
but see,
understood from the
that's a
jump.
situation. That's a situation that works. That there's
Right.
only friendship when one party. It's only friendship when both people are not feeling each other. When they're not
Right.
attracted, there
But
was
what
no
if those
attraction.
words are never spoken though?
Say
Right.
what?
That's what I mean. In some cases,
I
yeah.
What
mean,
if those words are never spoken though?
I
So
mean,
it
but you
means
can
it's
you
just
can pick up
genuine
on
friendship.
signals. You can pick up on inferences. You
Yeah,
know,
I
Well,
might
I
have found him
always use
attractive and he found
establish.
me
When
attractive,
it
but we
came to
were,
that,
we didn't think that was compatible. We weren't trying to go there with each other. We just had a good time together and we could, I guess, give each other good advice, like you say. So we left it as friends. It's not like, maybe we would have been good together in a romantic relationship. Don't know. Like we had no desire to even take it there.
hmm
Wasn't even a consideration. It was just like, hey, we're excellent friends. You know. So I
exactly.
have, and like
there
you said,
there
they
are
are rare. I've had a few.
there
But
are exceptions to there are
right,
exceptions to the
I
rule,
agree.
but for the most part, we have to
right,
just be real here and say, hey, look, the friend zone does not exist.
It
It's a
does though.
it's a lot of cats that sitting up there. They sitting up there on that sucker shit, and oh yeah, well yeah, that's my homegirl. Okay, she's no more your homegirl than that than this wall I'm looking at here. Yeah, I mean, you can't call her for nothing.
Hey,
That
hey, hey,
homegirls
hey,
do.
hey! Me and you
You
are
My friend, my
homeboys.
guy, the guys I consider friends, or should I say family, they can call me for
mhm,
anything at
right,
any given time of day. Vice versa.
right.
okay? Again, there's exceptions to the rules, but
Yeah,
Okay,
again,
so our friendship is an exception to the rule.
say
yeah,
what?
Our friendship is an exception to the rule too.
yeah.
You trying to say
Yes,
it?
yes, I just said that it's an exception to the rule.
I'm
Well,
trying
But
to see,
Roger
like, you trying to
So
have
how
a
I
can
mean,
conversation.
how can you can understand and apply that, but you can't understand and apply that to any other situation?
I can apply that to any situation. What I'm saying is that that's not the norm. Okay, I mean
Okay, then say that's not the
it's not the
norm.
Still,
norm.
Don't say it's
More
not
often than
possible.
it's
not,
not the
more
norm.
more
right.
often than not, if you sitting up there, if you sitting out there, if you stick a fork in your outlet, you gonna get shocked more often than not. But hey, there might be a few times when nobody gets shocked, nothing happens.
Go back to Rooster Place with the babies. Okay.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
whatever works for you. I
different
mean,
very
and
different
two of my
circumstances.
male friends and I, we had an understanding too. Like when we would get in, if one of us got in a relationship, we didn't want to make the other person's partner feel uncomfortable, so we fall back. We wouldn't be hanging and chilling like we would on a regular basis. You know. But like I said, that's just our understanding. That was something that we
Yeah.
established. Like, look, I'm not gonna be calling you at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, check this out, and vice
I mean, that's
versa. Because
boundaries. That's you're establishing
right,
boundaries.
exactly,
Yeah,
establishing
my
boundaries.
male
Yep.
best friend, he used to try to make me and his female whoever get along. But
Right.
like I said, for some reason they just never liked me. And they try to always used to make him choose between his friendship with me and then them. And I'm
Hmm.
like, that's so
That's just
petty.
immature to me though, because y'all was here before me.
And that's
You
exactly
know what I
what he
mean? Like,
said.
Right.
why would she have to go anywhere? She was here long before you even got here.
Exactly, and that was his response. And he ended relationships simply because of that. Like, she's been right on me through thick and thin all my life.
Hmm.
So why would I get rid of her now?
I think in some cases it could have been their experiences too with past relationships. I've
Could
had
be,
some
but
guys
keep
where
that
they'll
to
tell me,
you.
"Well, this
Don't
is
put it on
my
somebody
female
else.
best friends," but she's not going anywhere. But I had one guy telling me, "Yeah, we fuck about once or twice a year, but we're gonna keep doing that." I'm like, "Okay, y'all can keep at it, but I won't be involved in this foolishness." So, you
Well, at
know,
least he was honest.
right? That's what I was like, "Okay, I ain't
You
Mm.
know,
like
we
it anyway, but
periodically slap the cheeks, but hey, we cool though. We cool. It's all good.
Yeah, but that's the case of them wanting to have their cake and eat it too. As they say, you're like, come on now. He was like,
Right.
but you just gonna have to deal with it because you're sticking around. I'm like, I'm not here from the jump. So what do you mean? We're not even dating. You talking about? Well, I'm just trying to let you know what the deal is. Right off the bat. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Mm, nope.
Okay. The
It
next
don't even
question
get wet like that.
is,
Okay.
All right. Next question.
why do we have to go to bed just because you're sleepy?
Cause I like my booty rub. Next question.
Uh-oh.
Say what? What's she say?
Shush,
I
Cause
have
I
girl.
heard.
like my booty rub.
Hey,
Shit.
We all
stand
we
down.
all going to bed. Let's go.
You can watch TV in here. That's why we got the TV in the bedroom. Bring your ass.
Oh,
Just get on
yeah,
up
I
in
don't know.
here.
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
touch on you,
I may
baby.
want to, I may want to sit up and watch the game or something. Summer league basketball, watching, on the big
You can
screen.
watch it in the room.
No,
Oh,
'cause it's a for me it's a safety thing. Like when my ex would be out, I would not go to sleep until he came home. I could be in bed, I could be on the couch comfortable, but I'm not going to sleep. So for me, it's like a security
right.
thing.
Hmm.
I know you're here. I know you're safe. I know you're good. I know we're good.
If you
It's a safety thing. It's a security thing for me.
I'm aware because I don't give a damn. I'm going to bed.
thank you, that's me. I'm about to say, I don't care.
I'll
You know.
be up as long as
I'm
you
gonna
get
go to
up.
bed
Safety
too.
things.
Sorry. You can share
But
Mm-mm.
with
let
your
me know you
phone.
all right. I love you. But yeah, I'm going.
I mean,
Bed.
I
Just
tell
me.
tell
you,
me
I'm a
it's
night
time to
owl.
sleep.
I,
Me too.
I'm
that's fine. You can night out your ass right here.
I, no, I got moving and shaking to do with nocturnal
You
hours.
can do that too, but you don't.
Nah, see,
I need to
not
see
it
you. I
may or
don't need
may
to
not
be you.
involve you.
Uh-uh.
You
Mm-mm.
better come around my booty. Listen, stop playing with me.
You ain't got no cakes, no way.
Oh gosh, I'm so done with you. Okay, next question. A lot of men suffer in silence due to the fact that if they reveal vulnerabilities to you, they eventually become weaponized and even socially shared. Why do you or would you use these methods of shame?
You shouldn't. And whoever
Right.
experienced it, leave them hoes alone.
That
Thank
I
you.
part.
agree.
Well
Well
said.
said.
You could tell me your darkest secret. Ain't nobody else gonna know it unless you want them to know it. That's just
Right.
me.
That's it.
If you
And
put it in
anybody
the
that
vault,
throws
it stays there.
some, anybody that consciously throws some shit up in your face,
Mm-hmm.
That's the intentions again.
Hmm.
That's
mm-hmm,
true.
mm-mm,
That is
Mm-mm.
true. That goes along with name calling to me in an argument. People like, oh, that's no, nah. That's
Leave them
something I
alone.
don't condone. That's a deal breaker for me. Don't call me out my name when we arguing because I won't. That's disrespectful, and I'm not gonna do that to you. I don't care how mad I am at you, and I'm not gonna throw something you told me in confidence up in your face and say, well, that's why this
That's
happened to
it.
you. That's
mm-mm.
just
That's
nah.
you some evil shit for somebody to do something
Right.
like.
I've had
Mm-hmm.
my ex husband used to be like that though. He would throw stuff that I would tell him in confidence, in my face all the time.
Yeah,
Name
I
calling,
had
all
people
that
do
kind of
that to
stuff.
me too. That shit is uncalled for.
Right, exactly.
It
That's her.
really is.
Yeah,
That's
people
some
have to,
petty
and
shit.
people definitely have to learn effective communication, and they have
Right,
to learn to quote unquote fight fair.
right.
Mm,
Everything shouldn't be an attack. and it definitely shouldn't be. Someone confiding in you is the ultimate honor. You
Right.
shouldn't you shouldn't disrespect that by saying, "Oh well, that's why you got touched on by your uncle."
Hmm.
Really?
It's terrible. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
No.
yo, you're a vile, hateful individual, and I'm gonna
That's
distance
some
myself.
goofy
Exactly.
shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Quickest way to get me to leave somebody alone. Mm-mm.
Truly.
right. Next question.
Mhm.
Before y'all
Lady,
go, thank you and
Oh,
have a
thank
good
you.
night,
Bye,
y'all.
good
All
boo.
right.
night,
Same to
Black
Thank you for
Queen.
joining
you.
us. Thank you for joining us. You definitely made the program worth watching.
I
Sure
take
did.
intermittent naps, so I would have already had like 2 power naps
Girl.
I
and
feel
hang
you on
out
that.
all night.
He said he
I'm
open for
about
nap
to be
day.
going soon myself. I understand.
Okay,
Hey,
we
Because
wait
I
a
we
have
minute.
not
hanging out
Let
had my nap
Diesel ask
today.
two
because the
questions.
rule is once I get done, once there's no more King PT, there's no more show. And
Uh-oh.
We only got
You
two
ain't
more
been sipping
questions,
though.
You
anyways.
ain't even
All
been
right, go
drinking.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take a big gulp.
Ladies that had their fathers growing up, what did he teach you about general life skills and about boys? Also, how was the overall relationship with him?
Ooh, I
My
feel like
pop's still
you made a
teaching me.
mistake.
How about that?
I feel like
Thank you.
you
My
You said
pop is
what?
still teaching me.
Mm.
My
Okay.
dad, my dad has always said, he's always taught me to always have money set aside. Like you should always have something for emergencies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's always taught me about dealing with knuckleheads, but he said, I still, you still hard head. I don't know why you do it. But my dad is still there as a teacher for me. And me and my
That's
dad
good.
are very much alike that we always bump heads. But my dad is the only man that's ever actually really done stuff for me.
Mhm.
He's the only one. Even I mean, out of any boyfriends I've had, whatever, it's always been my dad. My dad's always come through for me. But I've always my dad is that's my rock. Like I mean I'm lost for words when I speak about my father because he's been so upstanding even in my kids' lives, mine, that I've never had to ever question or worry about something. Like you want that male figure to where you don't ever have to question that person's ability to. My dad would go out and he would have lost his life behind somebody that put their hands on me. You know, I can't even explain how the relationship that we have to where I'd never have to ever in my life worry about anything. I get choked up talking about my dad because
I
I'm
know
like,
that's beautiful.
this is
I
how
hear
this
it
is
in
how you
voice.
supposed to be. This is a man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mhm.
this is a man. And my mom and dad, they've been married 46 years. They've been together about 48.
Wow.
And my dad was in the military, so they've had to be separated many a times. And
Mhm.
my dad made a way to where my mom was able to go to school full time. While he was in the military, he was taking care of me and my brother.
Wow.
Cooking for us, homework, getting the school clothes out, the whole nine. My dad was at home doing it.
Ooh, that's
Or, my
commendable.
mom didn't have no job. My dad was riding a bicycle to go get us food because they didn't have no car bringing it back. My dad was taking me to the gym with him, you know, while my mom was still trying to get, working wherever. When they first got married, my dad was taking me to the gym so he could still go play ball and had me set up with my snacks and shit up in the bleachers.
Oh, that's
So
so cute.
when I say like when I talk about a man, that's the kind of man I look for. I'm like, I need somebody that's like that. They ain't
Right.
had no perfect
They
marriage
don't
all
build them
the
like
time,
that.
but
For real.
I bet you they pushed through it and did what they had to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Struggling,
Yeah.
whatever. And that's, so whenever I'm like wanting to find somebody to be my partner, I'm like, that's the type of relationship I want to have, or I wanted to raise my child in that type of environment with
Mhm.
both parents.
Right.
So I hate when I hear people and looking at my daughter, you're not having your father around. I'm like, gosh, you missing out.
Right.
You missing out on what that feels like. And it's a beautiful thing to me, like inside to even talk about it. But for someone who is missing that, it's like, man, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Couldn't even imagine it.
Well, shout out to pops. You know, most
Right.
definitely.
Absolutely.
You know, you know, I didn't know your pops played ball. I didn't know he played ball like that. I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know.
my dad played basketball, football,
Oh.
softball. He did it all.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'd have gave him 50, but you know, it's all good. Shout out to pop.
For me, I would have to say my dad taught me what I did not want.
Right.
That's what he taught me. My dad, I love my father to death, but my father is a whore. He is,
Oh,
and
girl,
I know
same mine too, honey.
I know that he is a rolling stone. He don't gather no mass. You know, in my 30 odd years of living, I found out I have a brother that is who I thought was my oldest brother is not my oldest brother.
Mm.
Okay, I just found out I have a brother older than him. And it's like you
Shit.
being irresponsible with your, and
Right.
I don't want that type of man. So he taught me what I did not want.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
we
agree.
still have a bond out of this where my father would go to jail for me. He put himself in the coffin when it comes to me. Because, like, he tells people, even though he has another girl child, he says he only has one, which is me.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay? I mean, even like the brother that he has, my brother that he has outside of my mother, at one point growing up, it came down to where, like, I pulled my dad aside and I was like, listen, I want your son here. He don't like me and I don't like that. So I don't want him
Mm.
here. And what did he do? He kept him away. If you wanted to spend time with him, he went elsewhere to do that. Because his one and only girl child told him, your son has a problem with me, so keep him away.
Right.
So like I said, we have that bond of father daughter, but a lot of things that I learned about men and what they should do and all of that, it wasn't from him. I didn't learn that from him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for me too. Like for me, I'm my dad's only daughter. My mother is the only woman that had two children by my dad.
Mine too.
So, for me, it was just weird to my mother never kept him away from us or
Yeah.
anything like that. He was always welcome. He's been married 5 times. His wives made him come get us. You know what I mean? It was just the whole dynamic was weird. But I think, like you said, Robbie, I went totally opposite of what my dad
Hmm.
was when I was looking for a partner, even at a young age.
Yep.
So that was one of the biggest factors in my life when I married my ex-husband because he came from a good family, two-parent household. I wanted totally opposite of what I had.
Hmm.
And that's what I got, but as far as the only thing I really don't like is if I didn't learn self-control at some point in my life, I am the female version of my father. And that
But tell me
used to
that's me too.
scare it used to scare me, like
Same.
scare me. You said your papa was a Rolling Stone, baby, so was mine. And it was
Hmm.
just like there was those attributes and things there that I used to be like, this is from him. Cause I know my mama ain't did none of this shit. It's like anything anything that I've done in my life that has been over the top per se, I
Hmm.
swear it had to come from my daddy's DNA.
Now,
That's
see,
And
how
it,
I feel
I can agree on that because all my fights and in places I'll go hang out, it damn
That was
sure
all
wasn't my
pop.
mama.
too.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how much I'm like my dad. Now we all grown. I'm a porn fan. I love my porn. So my mother called one morning because I work night shift. She called, Mommy just want to make sure you got home. I said, Ma, you interrupted my porn.
Damn, you able to tell your mama that? That mama would have killed over by saying something like that.
He was just
Oh, God, I can't believe you.
daddy. You just like your daddy. I know, but you're in a right now.
But
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 it's
Robbie,
just
didn't you tell me that your pops wrote "Mr. Loverman"? You know that was an
Oh,
autobiographical song. Didn't you tell me that?
Don't make me punch in your throat. Don't do that.
all
I,
right,
I mean, I thought
then.
that's. I thought you said that's what he did, and he gave it to gave it to his homie
No.
Shaba. My
Oh,
bad.
My father, the Sagittarius, he did like you. He played ball. That's what he did.
I
oh
mean,
my.
I gave your pops 52.
When's your dad's
oh,
Robbie?
Huh? What you
When's your
said?
dad's When's your
When's your
dad's birthday?
December 18th?
Ooh, mine's is the 14th.
My daughter's
oh.
15. My daughter. Mm-hmm.
That's
Listen,
crazy.
it's so crazy, right? Because my brother, he's a Sagittarius too, and I tell him, I don't want no man like you. I said, I will kill you in your sleep.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's my.
Nope, nope.
Oh,
You have
You
to say
know,
unalive. We're on YouTube.
unalive you in your sleep. There you go. You happy?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
There you go. All right. There you.
Okay. Because I was
All right.
like, you too damn demanding for a guy, okay? Like, you want too much. Like, no. You, if I was dating you, I would kill you. I unalive you in your sleep.
yo.
Such
Yeah.
angst.
Hey, I was gonna say, look, my daddy wasn't shit, so I'm just being honest. Hey,
I know
we had
his
our conversation, and I told him he wasn't shit. So yeah, like you said, I was like, yeah. I used to say when I was a kid, I was never getting married because my parents were married like what 28 or 30 years. I can't remember how long they lasted, but he had 59 outside kids. I'm like, look, yeah, I found out about most of them. Shoot. I was
You
Mm,
like,
know,
really?
that's
okay,
something that's not normal in my family. People getting married. I mean,
really?
Really?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
normal.
I saw how he was. As my mama used to say, he liked wine, women, and song. I mean, we're a little bit closer now. Now that he's gotten older, but he's still ornery. You know, he's real set in his ways. And like I said, yeah, I'm kind of like him. I ain't gonna lie. Part of the reason we couldn't get along sometimes when I got older, people always like, "Oh, they call me Melvin Jr. and stuff." I'm like,
Mm-mm,
look, like
mm-mm.
you look just like him. Look,
See,
like. Like you say, I have to keep certain tenders in check, especially
that's so-
my mouth.
like my
Yeah,
dad.
'cause he
My
has absolutely no filter whatsoever. He's still like that. That man
That's
is about to be
where I got that no
76.
filter from. My daddy too.
Right, mine too. My mama, she was very timid and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
my mama too. 'Cause my mama is a Cancer.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a pan. I said
Don't do
pan.
that.
Lord, Pisces. Yeah, she was a Pisces too. My dad is a Scorpio, though, and yeah, I think one of the part of the problem. I mean, it's kind of feel like a tense relationship between us. I call him maybe once. I think once a month. You know,
Like,
trying to get better about that. But sometimes once every 2 weeks. You know, so he did have some good qualities. I give him that. You know, I got to see how a man would work. You know, he was working hard.
yeah,
You
like
know,
when it comes to like the male stuff, like knowing tools and know how to fix things, I learned
right,
all of that
exactly.
from like I know those things because I'm around my dad and my uncle. But
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean certain
Yeah,
uncles,
because he
but
was
that's
showing
another
me how to
story.
fix on cars as a kid. You know,
Yeah,
I lost most of that. I don't really have that stuff, but he did at
I
least
ain't have
teach
no
me.
choice
I
but
give
to
him that.
remember it.
Right. Exactly. That's why I said at least he gave me some family. But I think part of it goes back to he never took accountability because even now he's like, oh, I was a great father. You know, I'm like, come on, Dad. I just, I'm laughing hysterically when you say stuff like that. Like, let's be real. No, you aren't. And you already know I'm going to tell you we're not. So you're
hmm
not going to, yeah, I'm not going to lie. He knows I'm the child that won't lie to him. See,
Yeah.
my brother and my sister, they going to lie to him. They're going to sugarcoat it and all that stuff. No.
I
I'm like,
remember
you're
one time I
horrible.
told my daddy the truth about himself, and he stopped talking to me for about 3 months.
Yeah, my dad. Well, see what happened with me and my dad is, hey, I accidentally sent him a funeral dirge with his name on it. I mean, know,
Man,
Damn.
he didn't do it intentionally because I didn't know, but he took it to heart. He thought I was trying to wish. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it didn't help that I sent him the dog tags with the Lord's Prayer on it too. It was a
Wow.
birthday gift, but hey, you may hear me out now.
Wow.
The song I couldn't even listen to it beforehand. Amazon didn't have the preview, so I just had the CD shipped directly to him, and I was like, "Wow, it has his name on it. Pretty cool." And the
Wow.
dog
oh,
tags because my brother was in the Air Force, and he kept saying he wanted his dog tags. So I was like, And he was definitely into the church at that point. Most of his life he hadn't been. So I was like, okay, but they got dog tags with the Lord's Prayer. It's a perfect gift. I'm all excited about it. Oh man, that was some years ago. And I called him. I was like, well, did you get your gift? I'm excited. He's like, yeah, I got it. He stopped speaking to me. I want to say about 6 months behind that. Oh man, he
Wow.
was going around telling my brothers, yeah, she over there wishing evil on me, man. She trying to say she want me to be unalived. I was like,
That's very
Uh,
real good
I was
people.
like, you know better than that. First of
I'm
all, I'm
over
not
here.
like that. Shit, if I feel like that, I'm gonna tell you to your face, and you should already know. So I mean, stuff like that. We can't talk about sex or anything like that. Oh my God, my dad loses his mind. He used to say all the time, "You can't." He's talking about you can't have a boyfriend until you turn 45. He said
yeah,
that
in my
even
father's mind, I'm still a virgin too. So
Wow.
right. Even when I was getting married, he was like, "No, I can't have this." Like seriously, come on now.
Now, Jay, but I'll let you go ahead and close the deal here.
No.
You can answer the question. What did you learn from your pops?
So my mom married the same guy twice, but in two
Oh.
different men. So I had a stepfather and a father. And y'all hear me say this all the time: treat people accordingly and leave people where they at. I learned that from my father. Like my father is the kind like, and also when you hear me speak about community, my father and my stepfather are that they were my stepfather's passed, my father's still alive, basketball coaches. They have youth community events, and like 2 weeks out the year, my dad takes kids and teach them how to change tires, how to grill, how to tie a tie, how to cut grass, how to fish. So when you hear me say I need our men to be men, that those are the examples that I'm getting from. My uncles are the same way. So when I say I'm surrounded by a community, I'm surrounded by a community. But my dad taught me to treat people accordingly, and that don't mean to be nasty to them. But my dad, he can go into a build. You always hear people say that he can go into a building and somebody can speak to the janitor and the CEO. That's my dad. He's that kind of guy. And he's taught me treat people accordingly. People are human, but also don't be no fool. So long
mm,
story short, treat people accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Move with intention. My dad be like, don't do nothing just to do it. Sorry, got a motion sensor in the kitchen. It would go off. Um, like move with intention. Don't just do shit to just do shit. Don't be a follower. You know what I'm saying? Use your
Hmm.
own discernment. Use your own head. Think for yourself. Um, One huge issue when me and my ex first bought our first house was I told him I didn't want the first house because if you decide to leave, I can't afford it. I need to be able to afford it by myself. That's something my dad taught me. Do stuff with intentions, do things thinking. Love if you're gonna love freely, but don't love stupidly. So those are the kind of values I grew up with. That's why I was like, I need men to be men because I grew up around men. Um, my oldest brother, he has 4 kids. He don't take care of them. But you best believe my dad and my stepdad at every graduation, at recitals, at school plays, like those are the kind of men I had in my life, like family oriented men, But they, like I said, they taught me to think. So you're not finna sell me what's the word? So water to a well. You ain't finna do that to me. I'm gonna ask questions. I need to know. So they just taught me how to be a quality human. You know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, ladies, that's the last question. I thank you. I thank you all for staying and rocking with us this long. You all brought something different to this conversation. Uh, Fellas, take notes. This is how you do it. Um, you know, um, Shout out to everybody that commented. Special shout out to Danny Girl 28. I want to get you on the show. Uh, you know,
Yeah,
um,
she need her own little dirty girl segment.
yeah. You need your own dirty girl segment.
late
No
night
matter
I
what
need it
we're
special.
now.
talking about,
The
no matter
late
what
night
we're
special.
talking about, she can just call up and whatever and hop on. You know, just be on some wild stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
he
can
was
do that. We
wild.
can
I
do that.
watched that.
Well, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure that you ladies are, following, Miss Lovely. She said she didn't want to be found, or whatnot. So I'm not gonna ask anybody if they got anything special going on or whatever. I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. I normally do that, you know what I mean, because people have businesses and things like that that they're trying to promote, so it's all good. But again, I thank you all, and all of everybody, you know what I mean. Have a good night. We're gonna do this again, and yeah, you know, thank you, and have a good one.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for
Good
coming
Bye.
out.
night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Holly.